Friends. Oh, so many friends already here. Wow, 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 wow. Hello, Actitech. Thanks for stopping through. Big shout out to you for hosting the booth and running things and making the GSG Superbooth experience, like, really, really good.
Top notch.
Really, really amazing. Like, you were everywhere and nowhere. You were like a ninja. It was incredible. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh my god. Welcome in, friends. Make mistakes. Welcome in. Thank you for the 5-month sub. Oh, I wish I had like some sort of bell to ring or something. And we're being rated right now by Yabo. Okay, I don't... I have jet lag energy right now, so hang on to your hats. This is a chaos stream. Welcome in, Yapo. Enjoy being. Good to see you, Wambra. Wow. Is a hype train happening? Wait, wow. This might knock me out. Doe. Welcome in, 302 Dave. Wow, the shrimps are here.
Welcome in.
The shrimps are here. Who else am I missing? Hey, you. Welcome in. First time chat. I just saw you. Thank you. You must be a shrimper or you know about the shrimps. And you mentioned that video. We're definitely going to talk about that video where Toto's like basically crushing it for Sonicstate. What just happened? Oh my god. Oklahoma Sweet Man. Oh my god, the community gift sub. What the? Holy. Wow. Thank you for the 10 months of subs and the gift sub and just like your amazing energy in the community. You mean a lot to us. I really appreciate that. Wow. Okay, so much shrimp action.
I'm speechless.
Datalek, first time chat, welcome in. We are in shrimp mode today. We're doing a shrimp chat and I'm gonna, like, once I get through this energy, I'm gonna bring Mr. X on because he's gonna be our guest host today. We're going to talk about our experience at Superbooth and anything we feel like he saw that we didn't, we saw that he didn't. We're going to like close the gap.
He was there like an entire extra day.
Yeah, and we're going to totally like pump you all up for all of the content that's coming. So it's going to be amazing. Enjoy being. It's so good to see you. Thank you for the love.
Oh man, it was so fun.
Holy
it was
shit.
So awesome.
Thank you for the raid, Yapo. Let's give them a shout out. I don't even know. Who else is here? Holy shit. What the fuck?
Go next year.
Oh, Toto's here. Holy... Wow. This is a lot.
Everybody.
This is amazing.
Well, hi, guys.
Hi, everyone. So good to be friends. Celluloid, welcome in. How are you? How are you, Wambra? Thank you for the football love.
Well, have we got a show for you?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to try to figure out how to do this.
No, we've really planned.
Well, Gus tells you about the patch. Here, let's do this.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, jeez. I'm already tripping over my cables.
You want me to talk about the patch? I got to talk business right now? That wouldn't be cool at Superbooth.
Oh, shit. Hack to Tech, if you can join us later, that would be so awesome. I'm going to learn how to I'm going to learn how to use the guest star feature on the stream. That's what the stream is all about. Okay.
Oh, you're bringing the camera over.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I think that we're getting there. We're getting there. Will it let me? There we go. All right.
So you want me to pull the volume back up?
Yeah.
Let's like reduce down to one element at a time. So that's basically an arpeggio coming from the 218E. That's the 259 oscillator. The one that Tip Top is going to release soon and have a special control signal that all that jazz. This is the clone 259. It sounds pretty darn cool sometimes. I got to hear a real one at Superbooth when we visited Sound Freak Modular, and Alina was nice enough to let me hear the authentic one, and so that was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We captured that on video, and so I'm like, yeah, man, like I want to hear the 259. You know, I'm really hyped on it right now. That wave folding, man, like has like that very unique distortion sound, you know. So that's that sound. And this is some like noise being run through the infinite phase shifter, so basically a phaser, and it's not doing anything too interesting, it's just keeping tempo. So I could, if I wanted to, which I probably will do now because I'm mentioning it, I'm gonna clock.
Are we still here? I'm doing a lot of stuff I probably should have done before I started the stream, so I appreciate everyone. Hi AV Nation, welcome in. This is Buchla, not Buchla Eurorack. Sound Freak for you, synth modules look dope. They are dope celluloid. I can't wait to make that video for y'all. It's gonna be amazing. It is for you, yeah. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Enjoy Being. It's really awesome to be connected in all these ways and be able to keep in touch in real time instead of being like, oh, let me make this and then share it in all these different ways. It might take me a couple days to put it out, right? Like being able to do the live. Like especially this is going to be like our fresh take on Superbooth because we're still tired from it. So we wanted to go live with everybody and just be like still hopped up on all the energy. Shared reality, exactly. Okay. This should now be the mode that we're in. Just keep letting me know that you can hear and see us while I'm setting this up, everybody. I appreciate it. Browser. This is gonna be Mr. X. Okay. sweet. Let me bring that camera back, I guess, at some point. What's the shimmery sound?
That's the Stereo Micro Sound Processor by 1979.
I know, sorry celluloid. I'll take it away until Mr. X gets here, you know? Ready? Slot guess. Send to guess one slot. Oh, this is very intense. In a cool way, though. So let's see. Let's get you in the backstage area, Mr. X, and then we'll pull you onto the stream. Okay, I see you.
Is it working?
You can't hear us? You can. It's so loud. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Alright, it didn't work. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try.
Cheers.
Cheers. There are unsaved changes. Cancel, cancel. Okay, so Mr. X is in our backstage area. Oh god. Things are really getting something. Okay, so Mr. X is in the backstage area, but not coming up on the browser source. So the Twitch green room does have snacks. It looks like a bottle of cleaning alcohol. Actitech, that's funny. Actitech, do you want to hang out in the backstage too until we figure this out? Oh, you let me know because you said you were on the run. Okay, let me let's remove this and re-add it. Alright. Wait, how do I go back to the browser source? Does it still let me do that? Copy guess slot 1. Maybe I still haven't copied. I wonder why it's not working. Okay, what a cool noise. Oh, hi, Synth Patch. Only can hear it when it hears me. Yeah, I'm having a time right now. Okay. I have the link in here. But nothing's happening. That's really frustrating.
Do we need to restart OBS?
I don't know. We can't. I almost feel like I need to not be listening to this. Okay, so now it's not even hearing. Because before we were getting the OBS logo at least. Oh, okay. Okay, so I've added a guest next. Show guests on stream. Okay, your guests will not be visible in your stream until you toggle the show on stream button. Oh, show on screen button, and where is that? Toggle. Nope. No, that makes you go away. Audio issue. Show on stream button. Where's the show on stream? Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay. Guest video appearing, guest start. Wow, they really put like a lot. Yeah, I don't want this again. So I've lost you. Hold on. Yes, push. Got it. Where's your video, Mr. X? There we go. Sorry, that was aggressive. I'm so sorry. I have like the emotional intelligence of a toddler right now for my jet lag. So bear with me. Okay, I am waiting for my OBS to return. Okay. We're one step closer, Mr. X. confident. It says show on stream, so all I have to do now is add this source. Wait, hold on, let me make sure I'm in the right mode. Okay. Add browser. We'll call you Mr. X. And did save it. Here we go. Spinning ball, spinning ball, spinning ball. And there is at least... Okay. It's spinning. I see it spinning. I see it spinning. Here it comes. This is hilarious. Okay, now I see it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Come on. I don't want to press any buttons or anything. I even restarted the computer and made sure everything was like rolling. Yes!
Right in time for you drinking your beer.
I know. So it does appear to be pretty shitty. Can we have a little moment of silence for the stream?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. So basically, it is very low qual. So, we're not on Wi-Fi. We're hardwired. So that's the best thing I could possibly do. Let's see if I have anything else running that I can close. Can everyone hear and see us? Is it working? Glitchy Music Heaven, more beer. Yes. Hey, Oppo. Oh, wow, it shows up in the mobile app, too. Booze! Welcome in! Crunchy. Okay. Feel like the computer is like, yo, could you not ask so much of me? But it's going to be okay. Turn down the res on the browser guest star window. Ooh, how do I do that?
The res. Does that mean resolution?
I think it
There's
does.
no resolution.
Hold on. Somebody said it's working fine, but like for me, like my stuff's being glitchy. Like I'm trying to scroll the chat and it's not working. So if people are trying to help me, I can't even read it because it's moving so fast. Okay, I think if there's a way, see, like normally what I would do is like I would pause this like back room, but it feels like we have like two streams running because we have this back room, but the back room is pushing. Let me hit finish setup. Maybe it'll make it work better. Let's see. Where did we go? Are we still here? It keeps telling me that everything's crashing. This is quite the experiment. Waiting for everything to return. Maybe I should check the chat on here. 480p. Oh, I see what you mean. In the... Let me go to the properties and make sure. Let's see. It's not really giving me that option. This is going amazing. I did say it was going to be a chaos stream. It's my fault. Okay. Whoa.
They say I'm frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen. 480p. Please move. The little cogwheel, drop it down to 430p and it will work smoother. The little cogwheel. Oh, the cogwheel. The cogwheel. So let's see. It's not really, there's just like width and height. Is that what resolution is? Is the width and the height? How do I? Oh, this is driving me close to insane right now. I didn't expect this. Like our shit should be.
Force quit the Logitech thing.
Where is it?
Just force quit, like command option escape. And then do the Logitech.
It's not open.
Well then, why does it keep flashing up like that?
I don't
Does
know.
the computer need a restart?
I just restarted it.
Okay.
And I had said that. So what's going on is that something keeps popping up and saying it's not open anymore. And I'm like, I know it's not open anymore.
I see that.
And now every time I try to do something, I'm getting like the little spinny ball, so I have to like wait for it to go away before I can. Ooh! I found it. Quit. Something like opened when we did this that's like glitching everything out, so I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see what else.
Do you think that's gonna fix the low resolution situation?
No, I don't know how to change the resolution.
How happy is everyone with what's going on right now?
No one's happy with
the
this.
resolution shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Something must be going on in the background that you need to check. Because actually the resolution should be fine because you set it in OBS.
Yeah. Just like making you smaller basically. Yeah, it's just weird. Like I'll probably just need to remove and add you again now that I've taken that. I honestly feel like all of a sudden when I closed that, everything stopped giving me the spinny wheel. So that definitely was part of it. Oh my god. The resolution will not be televised. I love that. I just freaked out.
That may have fixed it.
I need to chill. We're moving forward. We are moving forward, and I'm happy about it too. Thank you all for the positive energy and help. Sarah Sonsky is welcome in. Welcome into the Chaos Stream. Okay, what I mean is welcome into the calm vibes, where everything is getting solved and everything is working out. And all is well.
It's like Superbooth all over again.
Oh my
Total
god,
chaos.
you're so funny.
Yep. Hey. Are you tired, Mr. X?
Actually not, because I don't have jet lag, so I can just sleep longer and everything is fine.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. I kept thinking about how
I feel like
not have jet lag involved.
I feel like I've been on like a Robert Downey Jr. bender for the last like week.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. bender. Thank you for the emotes, Yapo. Okay, I've added Mr. X again. It says it's coming through.
So still live, at least that is what my browser says.
We're getting your, just your...
Like, this is just
your
hair of
X.
the dog beer right here. This is, like, getting me by, you know. I'm just slowly, like, coming down off.
Oh! All right, can
The
we hear you?
experience.
I don't know how the audio part works.
Hello, test, 1,
I
2,
feel like we're hearing
1,
you
2.
through the computer. Is that just me? Are we hearing him just open air?
Hello, test.
Yes, we are.
We're hearing him open air. How do we fix that?
We would go to the speaker icon in the upper right
Okay.
and select SoundCloud.
SoundCloud?
Flower, I mean, yeah.
Edit.
Okay.
Not cloud, flower.
Okay. I hear you here. Okay. Right click the guest star browser source layer properties and put it on with 480 height 260. Ooh, I like this. It's like a video game now. Or a secret mission of some kind. Okay, that made it even smaller. Oh, and he's frozen again. But do we hear you? The Robert Downey Jr. reference is so funny. Your audio is just very low. Okay, so I'm not going to talk, and I'm going to hear you talk so I can figure out which channel you're on. Okay, I found you. How's that? Or is that both of us are on that one? Talk again? Is that better? That doesn't seem to work then. No, it doesn't.
Hello.
He's there. He's moving a little bit. Move around so we know you're alive. But how about audio, everybody? Are we hearing Mr. X? It's just very quiet. The overlay for the emotes will hammer the video. If possible, deselect the overlay. Yes. Alerts. Goodbye. Nobody gets any emote spams anymore. We only want Mr. X's face on the stream to be working. Should I re-import it? Bring it in again? Turn it off and on again?
We should do that again. I think we should. It's really our only option.
You have audio okay, but it's just really low. So I think, Mr. X, can you max out your gain?
Max out your gain.
Max out your gain. I'm going to remove you again. Hold on.
Yeah, like blow us away, man.
It keeps deleting. Turn all of the suppression
Turning
off.
the suppression off. Oh man, I'm gonna go get a suppression pedal. Nothing changed over here, but maybe it did level-wise.
Turn off the Buchla, it's sucking too much power. Okay, Actitech used to... Okay, whoa.
You're right, I probably do need to turn it off.
X engages overdrive. For the audio bit, the properties of that layer, select control audio from
Hey, there he is. Technicolor.
I'm gonna not breathe and see if it works. Okay, I think it's working.
Modern technology.
We hear you. They say no audio, but I can see the audio.
Let us transport you back to 1997. And he's gone.
No, he's back. He's back. He's back.
Like Justin Timberlake.
No, this would have taken an hour, so we might as well have done it on live, right? 50? 45, 47 minutes. So no audio, but I can see the level. Okay, properties. But we had audio before, and I...
Check this one time.
Hey, hey, hey. We are
Berlin was awesome.
We're using OBS, that is correct. No checkbox in properties in OBS. So when I right-click on this source and I go to properties, there's nothing about OBS sound or anything like that.
He's saying scroll a bit.
Scroll a bit. What's up, nerds? Grace, this is going terribly. I mean, it's going fabulously in terms of everyone's vibes. The vibes are hot. The vibes are good. This is a train wreck. So it's the third checkbox.
Stop saying that. It's going well.
I'm sorry. I'm so tired. It's so funny. Okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
So
it's gonna be alright.
So I'm getting advice to go to the properties of the audio, which are here, okay? And I see that desktop audio has monitor and output, and the other ones don't. So we're gonna try this now. Can you speak for us, Mr. X?
Can you hear me?
Now I have two of you, but maybe that's fine. I can deal with that. How is everyone out there? Why not using free StreamYard? We streaming about 9 hours uninterrupted. Yeah, normally we use Zoom and it goes fine, but we were like, oh, this will be easier.
On our end,
Zoom is
on our end. On our end, Wolf sounds like fucking Darth Vader because of the double effect that we have going on. Literally, your voice sounds...
Darth Vader. Yeah, you must mute something then, or somehow change the...
What?
Oh, this is so funny. Okay,
We tell everybody at Superbooth, do the streaming thing, and now we're doing it live, and it totally goes to waste.
So, here's our track card. It tells you how to stream in steps.
This is amazing.
We got this process down pat.
No,
man.
here's the thing. I said we were going to try this for the first time on this stream, and that is what's happening.
Yeah.
Down
That's
pat.
usually...
You do hear him.
what
0.
happens.
You need to turn down the other audio you are getting. Okay? So everybody's good. Are we good even though he's frozen?
Is it working? Is it working? I'm frozen. How
You're
is this
frozen.
possible?
Why are you frozen? Why? And you're quiet?
But I'm frozen, but my heart is still open, so something must be wrong.
Is that Madonna's Ray of Light?
It might be.
Is that the second time that's been referenced to us today?
Actually, I think the song is even called Frozen.
I turned our audio down, so now you
Frozen.
can.
Thanks.
So now you can balance it on your own ends.
Thanks, Acti.
Oh, it's actually called Frozen. Hesla's frozen. Mr. X is frozen. Okay, what I can do is remove and add one more time.
One more time.
Now, somebody said there are some settings within Guest Star, but I didn't see any that I could play with that would...
There must be
Ooh,
some
maybe. Let's
things
see.
in
Audio
setup and
controls.
Guest Star.
Noise suppression. Turn that shit off. Echo cancellation. Maybe.
Yes. No,
No.
echo cancellation doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Say
Audio
I
gain
am your
control.
father.
Helps balance audio.
I am
bottom
your
normalize-
father.
No, we
Ich.
don't want that.
Gus, ich bin dein Vater.
There it is. There it is. Is anyone hearing this? What's happening? Oh, I'm so glad you're getting a kick out of it. Okay. Desktop audio capture. Mute guest star sources. This allows you to capture guest star audio through the desktop mix without experiencing echo issues. Control audio through guest star sources. You can adjust each audio through your streaming software. That's what we want. But wait, what did that just... Where did it go? Browser source audio.
Wait, what did that say, Logitech?
Did I get that right? Did I get that right? Oh my gosh.
We're boomers! Yeah, we're boomers.
Okay. Sounds okay. This fabulous feature be named Freestar. Exactly. All right. Wait. Did he come back and then go again?
I'm still here.
No, I mean on the frozen ends of things. I'm just so curious if anyone even hears you, because I feel like they should at least be able
Maybe
to hear
even
you.
something is in your OBS that's really taking a lot of resources or so.
You know what it could be? I have a movie in here.
That's what
Yeah. Turn down all the stuff and just maybe have guest star open.
I lost you completely. Okay, so that's gone now. That's really it. And then...
Dude, pretty soon, like...
Oh, Danielle, we don't have alerts. I'm sorry. Bing!
the owner of...
The insanity continues. Welcome in, Danielle.
The
Thank you
creator
for
of
the resub.
OBS is gonna get on here in, like, a minute. Like...
Thank you for the resub and for being here. We appreciate you.
Actually, I fear that Mr. Schneider will watch this stream and then sue the GSG for totally talking shit at Superbooth.
Oh my
Like-
god!
You call this streaming?
Oh my god. No, but this is why we said it's for all levels. No matter how new or worried you are about perfectionism or I need to be ready or I need to have the perfect camera, this is proof that we can all hang out and have fun. And it doesn't matter that Mr. X is frozen and that I'm having a panic attack.
I mean, you guys, who's better at streaming than us? Come on.
We have one camera. We can barely handle it. Okay, I'm gonna remove him one more time. And we're gonna add him one more time. And this is gonna be the time that works. This is gonna be the time that works. That's just gonna have to be how it is, okay? This is it. This is the time. It's all gonna work.
It works.
And
Hey, I like that emblem.
experimental streaming. It's an
Is it
experimental
finally
interview.
working? Yeah, we are experimental artists, so basically that
it
is what
finally
people
working?
should expect from us.
This is happening. It's here. You're here.
Yeah, we are experimental artists.
This feels very experimental. This feels like a David Lynch nightmare.
Is there a
Hey.
storm happening
I'm
in
not
your
that
neck of
bad.
the woods?
I'm not that bad. No.
Oh my god,
No.
no, because it's like doubling and like all of the crazy glitching out that it's doing.
It's an experimental looper. Did Aphex Twin design this software?
Mr. X, are you there?
I'm there. I will never. I'm there. I will never leave.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, I said let's test it. Yeah, I said let's test it live, and the audience must suffer. Now we do the test live, and the audience.
Oh, I feel this. I feel the deep public shaming.
And
is
you
coming
have
from
double
Mr.
audio, at least in stream as well, because chat is talking now. So you must select something with your monitoring.
I just feel like it's part of the
In stream
glitching.
as well, because chat is single audio now.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
phasing in and out
Single
again.
audio now.
Having Dolby Atmos phasing going on.
So here's something we could do, Mr. X. We could just send you the Zoom link, and we could be done with this mess. Because Zoom could have multiple people in it too.
Yeah.
This is just a long con
This is a long con.
to get you to do Zoom.
It was
with
just
us.
It was just to test the audience if they would really go
was
for
just-
this, and they
it
did.
was just
So
to
basically
test
now
the
we can
if
they would really
started.
go for this, and they did. So basically now we can get started.
You know what this feels like? This feels like when my delay gets out of hand. And I'm like things I'm saying are being repeated in overlapping manner in a way that makes you feel insane.
Then
Yeah.
send me the Zoom link
Exactly
Okay,
on
okay.
Discord.
Send
me the Zoom if you want.
in-
I
on
think on
Discord
Discord
or
also
so
if you want. So 2020, but okay. If you want.
I wish I could drop it here, but
if
there's
you
no
want.
chat inside this, is there? There's
Just
no
send
chat.
it on Discord.
I don't think I could log in on here.
Just
Send
send
it-
it on Discord.
Send it on text, send it on Instagram, send it on Discord, send it on Signal.
I want to cry right now. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
There's 1,000 ways to contact Mr. X. Choose one.
Twitch chat or carrier pigeon or something like this. Anything will do.
It's coming. It's coming. I should have used Twitch chat.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Okay. You have the Zoom link now. I'm going
On Insta,
to
Twitch chat or
Instagram. Breathalyzer, welcome in.
on
Isn't it? It feels like nice tension build. Hey, that was funny.
okay,
like
I have
that?
to head out from here because I only have
because
this one camera source. So
Yeah, we're
okay.
deleting you, and we're gonna go into guest
No.
comms mode, and we're gonna get out of guest star mode, which I think just happened because I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. We're just gonna hang up. So now we can tell Twitch, hey, no, we don't like it. You know what I mean? We can just say that. That made me laugh so hard, though. It was like almost worth it. Wait, we have to get into the Zoom for this to work. Hold on. It can't just be Mr. X in there. We have to be in there too.
Yeah. Hey, we got this.
Oh my goodness.
We got
I
this.
didn't know it was going to be this kind of party.
It's going to be this kind of party, but we got this.
Where did it go? Wait, I clicked it. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Click. Allow. We put this thing to the test.
We got this.
This is amazing. This is going to work. This is going to be great. Because all we have to do is switch this to this.
So, does it work now?
Now we can do things the way we normally do them. Ansem Bauer is now following. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Welcome into the not chaotic version of this stream.
But I think now we have this horrible Zoom latency, right?
Now I can turn that off. Now we should be fine. Are we good now? Can we hear
it's
you?
Super.
Yes.
My stream is super laggy at least, but only in Zoom. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fine in here, but it's bad in your
Exactly.
OBS, I think.
That's like the one step we haven't figured out, but at least it works. Oh my
You
gosh.
know, something of importance, maybe you should check this quick start guide from GSG Live. That will help you make you stream
This was
perfectly.
performance art. This was performance art to promote the GSG guide.
Yeah, it's all just...
And how much we're a
was all just
positive
fake.
community even when things feel like they're going off the rails. This was performance art.
We deserve all the shade, honestly.
That was amazing. Thank you. Like, honestly, performance art does that, though. It tests your limits. Or you're like, is this real? I want to get angry right now. You know? That's what performance art does.
You mean like Yoko Ono screaming for 2 hours?
Yes.
That is testing my limits.
Yes. Exactly.
That's some good shit, though.
Oh my god. Thank you, Acti, for throwing the link. It's
Okay.
really good to know, Grace, that we're not alone.
Superbooth.
Yes, Superbooth. Okay, tell us about day one, because we missed day one.
Day one was overshadowed by a vintage dubstep gig at the end of the day, and it was like traveling back in time, because nobody in the audience could actually imagine that this music was still a thing. It's like a meme that didn't die, and still there was dubstep played by 2 people live on stage, and it was cheesy as hell. And it was as creative as the demos of what's that guy called that made dubstep popular back then?
Skrillex?
It was
Skrillex.
exactly that guy.
We used
My
to see
memory
him all
was
the time.
already.
He lived in our old neighborhood. Hey, the thing is, like, in our current neighborhood, dubstep is still, like, very popular, alive and well.
So, like, when we moved to this area, everyone was so stoked for us. They were like, you're into electronic music? Electronic music is huge here. This is going to be perfect. You're going to love it. So they, like, took us out to these, like, the best electronic nights, and we were like, this is dubstep. Is this a dubstep night version of this? And they're like, no, this is like what
Are we already
24/7 only style that you can find. So we were like, oh, interesting. I didn't know. It's like we found something very special, very niche is happening.
And it reminded
Maybe
me
it's
of
2000s night every night, basically.
Incredible. I mean, keep it alive.
It reminded me of some of the skating park raves I went to in the 90s, like on the inside, like with all the like secret stuff and like the people doing the light work.
Yeah.
You know, like or the
there were people doing like dancing with things that are lit up, you know.
They were doing like gesture dances and stuff with like these elaborate light up things.
This kind of thing, but there's lights.
I was like, man, it's been
like glow.
Since the late 90s in Miami, since I've seen people using all that.
Couldn't do that with Guest Star, could you?
Ooh.
Would have broken the
could,
stream.
But frozen.
Oh my god. So that was... So, sorry, Synth Pasha says, I'm still amazed how many Americans came to Superbooth. Yeah.
Yeah, honey, I made this happen. I asked everybody, book tickets, come to Berlin, visit Superbooth, so... Basically, I was the one who caused everything.
Yep. We had said, like, probably in, like, November or December, you were like, if things open up this year, like, I'm going to Superbooth. That was just, like, he just said that, and I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then you started being like, yeah, people should come. And so I was like, well, all right, let's see if we can make it happen. It was very touch and go, but we made it, and it was so worth it, so worth it. I'm still obviously riding the whole experience, and trying to keep up with the chat it's a lot.
I'm glad we decided to go.
And
I'm glad that you were there.
It was our first time in Berlin, and we would not have been able to get around or figured anything out if it wasn't for Mr. X and everyone in the Golden Shrimp Guild that was there, because they did not abandon us. They like took care of us. They made sure we all stayed together as a group. Mm-hmm. They made sure we knew how to get to the hotel or use the trams and all the things, all the buses and stuff. So that would have overwhelmed me.
Yeah,
it's such a short time, you know.
But we still got in trouble with the authorities. So
we sure did. We sure did.
That's something. Nobody or something that rarely happens when you have so many guests. Things go fine and still go wrong at the same time. And we didn't get arrested. Almost.
I don't know if that man had the authority to arrest any of us for not
Germans
understanding what was happening, but he sure wanted to take it to the highest levels that he could. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because like we talked about, we had said, I think we're going to do this. So we actually like had booked these tickets like in January, and you know, we had points. We like to play the points.
We like to play the points.
It makes traveling
game.
seem like you're not really spending money on travel. But I wouldn't have gone, like, if we were like, oh, I don't know if we can go, and like at the last minute, I'm sure it would have been crazy expensive. But
I think
Yeah.
Nicholas is stating something that you didn't see because only Spark, him, and I were at this rock bar, which was basically just a corner bar where they play old hard rock. And just when we paid and got out, all the police cars arrived, like 8 cars or so, or 6 cars.
Oh wait,
I
you're
can't
being
really
serious?
remember.
I thought you meant
Yes.
it was the time we were on the tram and the guy was like yelling at us to get off.
No,
You mean
that-
you guys
that
actually
was-
had a run-in with the police?
Actually not, we just casually walked away from the scene. But we still don't know what happened.
That's the way to do it.
Oh my god, I didn't know about. There was actually a lot of
That's
stuff
the
that
way to do
happened
it right
before we
there.
got there. You guys got into a lot of trouble before we got there.
Maybe it was the music police because actually the music sucked that they played, so. But I didn't call them. It must have been Spark or Nicholas.
Mm.
Ooh, I like spreading these like vague rumors. Oh, Digger Troll's in the chat. Welcome in. Oh my god. Okay, that's right. Okay, confirming that. All right, we have a couple. It's true then. Not just Mr. X is saying it. We
Yeah.
have confirmation.
We have confirmation.
The perfect crime. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so perfect that even we don't know what we did, so.
Oh, that's so funny. Hey, hey.
I'm so stoked to be continuing this conversation with people from actual Superbooth
I know, it's so trippy, right?
here in the chat.
Yeah.
But I think you haven't visited the Havana bar, did you?
We didn't go. It was funny because I saw some of those photos and I was like, oh, damn, we never went in there. It never felt right. There were so many things to try to fit in to the short time.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
most
you
of it
still
was
have to
synth-related.
have some things left for next year, basically.
Exactly. It never feels right to enter. You have to just cross the threshold, like hold your breath and cross the threshold. Did we see any live gigs? We did, AV Nation. Did you, Mr. X? Besides the ones that were at night, there was live music. At the one, well, actually, it was happening all day, but at night it felt like it became almost like a festival or a venue.
Didn't visit Schneider's this time.
Next year we have to stay longer, exactly. But we went to this place that was on the rooftop of a mall.
Berlin Modular Society.
Well, they hosted it, but it was
Yeah, it was
this
an event.
garden thing bar on a rooftop.
It was
That you
sick.
had to you had to go there a weird way. It was very weird, and you couldn't take pictures. And it was like multiple levels. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, Berlin Modular Society hosted like an after party concert there. So we went to that. Thankfully, again, someone helped us figure out how to get there. So we would not have known how to. We had to take 2 buses and lots of walking. So, and like knowing which elevator to take to get to the roof to then like walk through the right part of the parking garage to get up to the stairs to the secret entrance.
It felt like magic that we
it was very cool.
ended up there. Like I couldn't believe that we actually ended up at this place.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I mean,
unreal.
you were lucky to have this event on Sunday because some of us were traveling already,
Exactly.
fighting with Deutsche Bahn, but you just chilled out on the rooftop.
Oh, Sunday was magical. And we had like food in the city as well, which we hadn't done. We'd been eating, just like whatever we could find along the way throughout Superbooth.
We had really good pho.
Yeah, that was amazing. Again, people
Really,
just helped
really good
us.
what?
Vietnamese food.
Yeah, Vietnamese noodle bowl.
Ah, yes. Basically what Germans call pho.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, someone took us there, and then they took us to this rooftop thing. It was so cool. But we got to see, sorry, who was it that did like a fully modular set with visuals?
Oh, Eric Schlappy.
Yeah. So
I like
And
the name.
Somebody else, they were like a duo.
yeah, it was really cool.
Don't remember.
That was really good. And then it got kind of like harder as the night went on. You know, more dance related. But it was cool because the weather was really nice while we were there, and so we were on the rooftop. The sun was setting over the city, and we were like up as high as you could be.
It was breathtaking.
So that was pretty fucking cool, and like modular music was being played, over really nice speakers in the open air, and people were drinking and hanging out, and people from Superbooth that we hadn't gotten to connect with just happened to be there, so we got to like connect with more people. Just
specific people that I had been like, I feel like I want to connect with this person, like in the beginning of the trip, and like it didn't happen, and then like all of a sudden they're at this event, and it feels kind of like magical because I'm like, did I will this into action?
the magic of Superbooth.
Like you of all people happen to be here.
Well,
right
it's
now,
like when we
last night in town.
When we walked into the Golden Shrimp Guild tent for the first time, and Grace was streaming. And everyone was there, like, drinking beers.
There was a lot of timing stuff.
Everyone had just gotten beer and come back to the tent, and Grace was streaming, and we all, like, reunited, and it was so fun. That was very magical. Yes,
and then
Grace.
the magic moment when Jack basically touched the screen, like, in 2001.
Grace and I put our hands up to the screen. That was so trippy.
Yeah, it was so meta, it wasn't even funny anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a lot to like have just landed there and tried to find everybody and have that moment happen. So I was like freaking out. So I'm glad, Grace, that you felt that it made your heart burst, but not in a bad way. Let's see. The process of getting the booth and like setting it up and how did like that blew my mind that y'all set that up. I think Acti's in the chat too. Like, who was involved with that?
Actually, that is something that Actitech might talk about if he joins the stream later, because actually when we arrived on Monday morning, everything was ready. So basically, as far as I know, he worked all Wednesday, basically the day before the first day, before the opening day, set everything up.
Oh, wow. Because
we came there and everything was done. So much applause for Actitech that 2 hands clapping wouldn't even work. But
Agreed.
He worked so hard for this. I mean, I helped him, and most of us helped him taking everything down at the end, and that was even a very, very long process to get everything packed in again. So Actitech, maybe you just write in chat, how long did it take you to actually build everything up and get the things running? Because like I said, we arrived on Wednesday and everything was done already.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Okay. I see people being very kind about wanting to show us more of Berlin when we go back next year.
Yeah, that would be
Did
amazing.
you see a modular synth you need to buy soon? We'll pin that question for after this.
I've got an answer to that.
Yeah, much respect, Actitech. You did it casually, but it took you all day Wednesday. Was it, day 0. Was that a fun process? Did you get to, like, see how, Subaru gets set up and, like, meet people and stuff like that? Or was it just... I'm just, like, hoping it was all good vibes. Oh, good. Okay, cool. It seemed like there was a lot of good vibes around everybody who was running things, too. Sometimes that can be a different...
I mean, apart from the network or internet connection, things went very well, I must say, because we had great guests there, we had great talks. We had so many people interested in streaming, actually, that I was so surprised. And there were people who really didn't thought about streaming from their studios on the internet before. And then we had this Mexican couple. I don't know how old they were, but I guess around 50 or so. And that guy was just looking at the banner and thinking, and all of a sudden he said, I only have 5 viewers on average. I need to do something about this. Can you help me? And I said, you're right at the correct position to get all the information you need right now. And then we talked about what he was doing, and he was so amazed by this organization, by the collective, basically, by the Golden Shrimp Guild, that he said, I need to try this, I need to join. And I mean, we even had this guy from Sweetwater there being totally impressed. like I think Sweetwater would know how to deal things on social media, but still, he said like, yeah, this is so amazing that you stream from the studios, and I mean, Kyle Geiger also deserves a shout out basically because he did some networking and brought people to the tent, like tell them about GSG.
Nice.
And if you have those people running around, I mean, that's the best you can have because it's so amazing where they bring people non-stop that we sometimes had to have three GSG people talking in parallel and even taking people out of the tent because it was so noisy that they couldn't understand what we were saying. Not just because of the acid booth right next to our tent, but still.
The acid
was
booth was
so
definitely part
cool.
of the vibe. That helped, I thought.
I
was
mean,
like,
we
see,
had the
like
best
this.
music. We had the
Want to
best
feel like
music
you're on
right next to us.
cocaine for 3 days? Have the acid booth next to you.
I mean, weren't we? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, the shrimp.
Hey, what happens to Superbooth stays at Superbooth.
Yeah, there you go. The shrimp.
You can't remember anyway, so it's fine.
It was all a dream. The shrimp, like wearing the shirts and walking around was so fun because people would be like, "Hey," and they'd talk to you like they knew you. And I was like, "Damn, the vibes at that tent must be so good and so like hot that everybody's like, I want to be in there. What's going on? This live stream thing? They're a community for real?" Like people didn't believe it. They're like, "No, you're not really a community." And we're like, "Yeah, we're just having fun."
Yeah.
Like, wait. For real?
Yeah, I mean, you brought people too. Like Andrea was totally
Oh, that's right.
into it. She was totally. How can I describe it? I mean,
She was moved.
so over the top, moved, but impressed and totally,
Yeah.
like, totally aufgeregt. I mean, only German words come to my mind now because she's from Germany as well. I mean, this is something that doesn't happen usually because people know what to expect from Superbooth, but all of a sudden they're so amazed by the things happening there. And I didn't even realize that the stand would have such a big impact comparing it to last year. Because Actitech was running around already talking to people, and Spark and I were running around talking to people about GSG. And they said, yeah, do we have something to visit? Can we talk there? And then we said, no, sadly not. But this time, all we could say is, the tent on the right, if we go there and there, and they say, yeah, I've been there. Oh, I have to check this out. And then they returned sometime later and were totally impressed. I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
It was very
Totally.
cool because we were like running around and people were engaging with us like I said, and like as though they like knew who we were just because we were wearing the shrimp shirts and but still being like, wait, tell me more, They were like, oh, you're part of that. Oh, I was at that booth. Oh, everyone's so cool. I'm so excited. Everybody wants to join. And I'm like, you should. And they're like, really? I can just join? I'm like, yes.
It's almost like people are waiting to be given permission to stream. And
Yes.
so the Golden Shrimp Guild is sort of like an excuse to get into it and feel like you're immediately connected with something. Why am I selling y'all?
I know, right? We're selling ourselves. But like the fact that there's like regular events, I think is what helps get you like plugged in and connected and like feeling like you're part of it like really quickly. And you can get such a vibe from how everybody is so helpful like so fast when you jump in. But I think if you just look at it from afar, it can be overwhelming.
I am warm and fuzzy about the idea of all of it.
We have a couple questions to answer, but we also want to talk about the Sonicstate interview. They asked if it was a charity. Yeah, that's really funny. I feel like the Sonicstate interview really encapsulates how everyone was reacting. They were really impressed and excited but confused. And then just because they couldn't believe it, not because they didn't understand it. You had a perception it would be all EDM. That's funny. So what thing, synth or module, did y'all see that you were like, I have to have this?
Actually, I was so busy with the tent that I walked through the other stuff and looked at it, but there was nothing where I would say, like, this is something that I need immediately. There was a lot of interesting stuff, but still, like always with Superbooth, you have so many things coming at you and so many things to realize later what was important and what was just flashy stuff. Like, for example, people talked a lot about the Korg acoustic synthesizer, but still, is it really something you want? Is it something you need? Is it a game changer at all, or is it just a gimmick? Um, hmm. That is something to think about. Still, it looked cool. It sounded nice. Um, then you have the very, I would say, stuffed booth in the main building. I went there with Lily and Bardik because we actually were searching Actitech because the laptop somehow locked out or so. And we said, okay, let's just go through the main building. Maybe he is running around there. And there were so many people standing around some of the stands that I couldn't even see what kind of stand it was. You couldn't see a sign because they were all blocking the view. You couldn't get close to it because it was also narrow and small. So I said, okay, it must be interesting, but we can't watch it now. We don't have the time for this.
Right.
You have the Oberheim booth and all those 80s synths where all the elderly people are standing around trying to or waiting for their turn to play Van Halen's Jump or so. I'm not sure. But still, that was similar to last year. But somehow I felt that there was much more happening this year, although there wasn't as much live music. That
Right.
was something that was basically the only downside because last year the live music started right when the venue opened. So you had really cool live music all
I got
day
you,
and
hey
all
you.
night.
Sorry.
And this time the live music was a bit disappointing because there was not much going on. Basically, only one stage at the time. And the acts that they had, they were good, but not like mind blowing like last time.
Mr. X was underenthused. There was, I felt like it was less clear what was going on with the live music than with the booths. Like the experience of it was really fun to like wander around, but that was the one question that most people were asking each other. What's going on with the live music? Who's playing right now? Which stage is going? Are they done? Or are they starting again? It was just confusion. We didn't know clearly like, oh, we should be here at this time for this thing. It's going to happen at this stage versus that. Or is this one shut down or is it just starting? So I think you're right that it is something to look forward to next year is hopefully more live music.
I mean, last time we had the Bungalow Dorf also featuring live music every day. Um, but maybe that was the reason because it was shut down by the police last year
That's
already.
probably why, yeah.
Although it was absolutely crazy because it wasn't even a live act anymore. It was a DJ playing not even loud music, and people were just sitting there chatting, having drinks or eating something, and all of a sudden the police again entered the venue and shut down everything. Didn't shoot anybody, that's good. But
Oof.
at least it was weird because we're so far off from any residential building that everybody wondered, well, who called the police? Because they maybe just heard a bad kick or a bad snare. I'm not
Yeah, it was
sure, but
probably that.
still, yeah. And that's possibly why this year nothing happened at Bungalowdorf, as at least as far as I
Nope.
know. I only heard things, and that takes a lot of the vibe actually,
Well, they had
because
some stuff during the day in like the center area, right? But again, it was sort of like, is someone DJing? Is this a live performance? Is this official? Is it someone demoing? You couldn't really tell, except for obviously at night when it would be like the stage with the lights and everything going. You knew it was like a concert. But yeah, it was definitely more downplayed. So that makes sense if they kind of got like, ooh, we should pull back and not, get the police called on us this time.
I mean, in the end, we had them elsewhere. So basically, there's no Berlin trip without police involved.
Yeah, there you go. You seem to attract it, huh? It's always the quiet ones.
I just had it in mind that I was, going to remain free of any encounters.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in those kinds of encounters.
Going back to Heiyu's question about the art for...
But also, did you say what thing you might want? Because Mr. X basically said nothing.
Maybe I'll tie it into that.
Okay.
So the art format, the art signal platform, I haven't read the data sheet on it yet or whatever, but like from how it was described to me, they're basically recreating the 300 series auto-tune feature that was never really fully implemented by Don Buchla into something in Eurorack that other modules can eventually use as well. So to me, that sounds very cool and a reason enough to even get into the format and into Eurorack and all that stuff, because like it's, you know, kind of taking it to the next level. I also demoed the 296 T and thought that that was amazing sounding. Like I thought they really nailed it. It had a really like organic sounding smooth sweep, and I hadn't really heard one sound quite like that. I have the software version, the 296E, and it sounded a lot smoother and a lot more analog than that. So that's going to be pretty exciting. They did describe the fact that Vactrals are going to be an issue going forward, and they're basically going to redesign the response of a Vactral via DSP and use that from now on, so they don't have any more issues, and it's, you know, better for the environment, and, you know, it's less costly and less time consuming, and yada yada. I mean, the list goes on as to why the industry has basically decided that we are not going to use Vactrals anymore. But that is your no breath Buchla recap.
But the best thing that most of chat didn't see, Bartik and I were lucky to see this because you two at the Buchla stand, it was like some kind of natural occurrence. All was missing was the David Attenborough voice-over like saying, and we have the two at the Buchla and something like this, because it was so awesome to see you basically this natural magnetism of you, especially Gus, going to the Buchla and automatically knowing where everything is and not even having to talk anymore because you know the machine. This was such an amazing sight.
Oh, yeah, wow. You all were standing there when he had that experience?
Yeah, of course, you forgot every place and time, basically. You were just standing there connected to the Buchla.
Wow.
And it was just amazing to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I felt that, you know, when I was at the booth. And as you know, currently I do not have an easel. I had one, I sold it to fund my bigger system. And so I was very nostalgic for the easel when I arrived at it.
That was
and it did, I think what you may have experienced was the fact that, like, I haven't actually touched a 208, in at least 2 years, so it was sort of like a magical moment and a homecoming of even like experiencing that instrument again, and it reignited my fire instantly and made me want one pretty bad.
Off the rails.
Yeah, so
I think that would be the answer to that question. Yes.
I was glad I was there, and Bartik and I were so emotional. It was just we had to sit down even because it was just too much.
I missed all of that. I was mostly just
that's really funny. I mean, I'm glad that like we all felt that sort of like energy happening all at the same time in the environment that we were in.
Powerful stuff. Wasn't there another question or a thing we were like, wait, we have to come back to this? Lots of GSG talk. Okay, good. The Discord. Wonderful news. Okay, so you answered both those questions at once. The Sonicstate video. Okay, so yes, Sonicstate, the British YouTube channel that has 200,000 subscribers. Insane, like staple of a channel, right? They do like really consistent content, right?
Yeah, it's one of my go-tos.
So did they just pop into the tent, or did somebody organize that? Yeah, the Toto vid.
Basically, as far as I remember, was that they were looking for things to film, people to interview, and then they were at the time when they arrived at our tent. I think Actitech was somewhere else, and Toto Robin was just at the right moment, at the right place. And there are people who maybe know more about the Golden Shrimp Guild, and there are people who maybe know more about synthesizers, but still, when you have Toto Robin there,
I know.
this is, you
What a
don't even
gift.
ask anybody else to say it's Toto Robin. Please
I agree.
ask her for the interview. And I mean, if you watch the video, it speaks for itself.
I agree. It was amazing to watch. We like had
It was-
chills.
Like when the Sweetwater guy was introduced to me, I said, don't waste your words on this guy from Germany. I really know who you want to talk to. And I said, let's just move outside the tent, because Toto Robin was standing in front of the tent. And I said, this is the person you want to talk to.
Amazing.
And I think it ended.
So you
with
brought him where
invitation-
everybody was smoking the grass.
Yeah, not like that, not as late as that, but still, I think the guy even
Dark much.
invited Toto Robin to the Sweetwater HQ. So
Right.
let's see where this goes.
Amazing. So that's so cool. So the Sonicstate people were doing like, because they're like, I guess what I'm trying to say is they're like a media organization, it feels like. So they were probably just documenting Superbooth, right, overall. And of course, the magic moment of Toto being there is incredible. So that video I recommend everyone watch. I think Acti put the link in there, but we should grab it again. Yeah, it was I loved that. When I was overhearing everyone explaining to people what GSG is or what their experiences are talking to people, it was fun hearing what everyone had to say. Oh, hey you, we did answer the Tip Top Art question. Darn. It will be on you did it very succinctly. Let's see. There it is. There's that YouTube link, so I'll pin it. That's the Toto video. Everybody watch that. Can we all watch it here?
Watch it.
Yeah, we totally could, except the last time I tried to do something I've never done before, we almost broke the stream, so maybe I won't try to do that. Totally love that.
Set the playback speed to 1.5. Maybe that makes things easier. I'm not
I
sure.
think
Yeah.
we should do it.
Oh no!
I think we should watch it.
You could start a poll, actually, so it's totally fair. And if the majority wants to watch the video, we will probably have to watch the video.
I really think we should watch it.
For the culture. There's a lot of yeses. There's a lot of wooing. I think we have it. Everyone in favor say woot.
I think we should watch it.
Let's see if this works. Woot! Alright, let me see. Toto. Let's see if this works. I don't know. Don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but we're gonna try. No?
Toto Robin, we don't hate you, we all love you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all love.
It's out of pure.
So I think. Let's see. How would this
unadulterated
work?
love.
Is it gonna play? Is there gonna be audio? I have a lot of questions now.
I mean, we
It's
should
there.
give it the full screen. Like we don't.
I don't know what it's doing. It's like doing all of this on its own. I don't know. Ooh. Are we hearing it? Are these commercials? It's got a mind of its own. Let's see if it works. Wild.
Okay, so we're here with Robin at GSG Live. Hey Robin, what are you doing at Superbooth?
There's so much happening. Like I said,
So there's a bunch of us. There's like actually 20 of our 20 members of our organization right now, and we're basically promoting our online
hearing it?
synthesizer community. So there's a lot of different aspects of what we do. There's the online community forum that we use Discord as a means of communication between one another, and whether that's talking about all the things that we love about synths, or if someone needs troubleshooting about their setup, or if someone's interested in a particular synth or pedal or something like that and they want information, most likely one, if not multiple peoples of our group can be able to talk through it, give advice, give suggestions, the whole works. So the support base in our forum group is amazing. Very non-toxic, very supportive.
Great. And is it a free thing to join? Like, how do people join?
So, as you can see here, like we have our QR codes that go to our website that give more information of what we do. It's gsg.live, and there's actually a link that goes to our Discord forum where like someone can introduce themselves, let us know what they're interested in for type of music genre, how long have they been going for, what their interests are, and go from there. So we have that, and like all elements of that are free of are free. And then for those who are interested in live streaming, we have the component here where both on our website and like through this manual, we basically give talking points about how to go about setting yourself to do live streaming.
Really
we
good.
also, through the forum, we can help be able to talk through any parts that you may have difficulty in doing. And then once you're up online and being able to live stream, we do a lot of events. So right now, during Superbooth, a lot of our members are doing a Raid Train event right now where each of our members is doing a 1-hour set of the type of music that they do, and then once they're done, they raid on to the next one of our members. This allows for kind of consistency about how to bring new people who may not have seen your music stream before, have new members see what you're all about, and kind of further engage and build the online synth community. So.
Great. And just to explain what a raid is, it's when all of the viewers of one channel get taken over into another channel, right? Okay, cool.
It's a nice feature that like this particular format of using Twitch allows for. So again, if you're starting off, it's not always easy to start off as an artist in live streaming because you're having to figure out ways to build an audience. And this is a really easy way of having people who are already synth enthusiasts or synth musicians who are like, oh, this person's streaming right now, let's go in. Or in a case of a raid train, you're being brought into the next performer who may not have found you otherwise and then realize, oh my gosh, I like your music, I'm gonna start following you, and now you've continued to build your own audience.
Excellent, excellent. And when did this community start up?
About a little over 3 years ago. It really came into its own, especially with the pandemic, with a lot of artists not being able to perform live. So this kind of became a means of how to continue doing music performance and grow from that. So a lot of people kind of pivoted and started doing online stuff and realized that there's a place for it. And so this kind of grew from that. And again, it's been like little over 3 years now that the organization has been in effect. We've got hundreds of members, and like on a major raid train streaming event, we usually have over 100 artists streaming.
Excellent, excellent. And what's the kind of thinking behind it? Is it like a charity? Is there any kind of commercial aspect to what you're doing?
No, I mean, we like basically, again, it's just meant to be a support system. So like we do have like a shop that does things like here's like one of the aspects of what we do. So similar to the Oblique Strategies card set, we have what's called Jam Strategies. So these are a lot of the members of our group. So you could, if you're trying to change up like the creativity or you're at a plateau with your music, you could take this deck of cards and you pull one. And so for this one says play a solo. So go and do that thing. Or you'd pull another one and create a deeper hidden meaning, put a little secret. So it's kind of ways to spice up your music composition or your improv. So we have these as a deck that we sell online through our shop. And we're also currently working on making it as a mobile app as well if you want that kind of access. So again, another form of creativity.
Great, yeah. I think online is a very, very good way for people to kind of get exposure. You can generally, in my experience, get a bigger audience online than you can in person when you're an artist trying to make it. Do you have any criteria for when people can play live? Do they have to kind of prove themselves in any way before they go live?
No, it's usually the component of like participating in our events is usually there needs to be a synthesizer component to it because it's primarily synthesizer based. There's definitely artists who have like a mixed media of their synthesizers. They might use guitars, they might use like other types of instruments, but the primary focus is have there be some element of synthesizer in it.
Thanks for hanging.
There are people who are brand new to streaming, and we do this actual event, for instance. We do this thing that's called Shrimp Sundays. And on Shrimp Sundays, it's kind of like an easier way for people who are new to streaming to feel comfortable without like the overwhelming feeling of here's a big weekend event and all eyes are on me.
Everyone's watching me.
So
yeah.
here's like a low stakes, here, stream for an hour. We'll have, people who will check you out. It's like this way, if there's like if you're running through any kind of troubleshooting or like it's like, getting your hands on first time, it's an easy way to do that. So there's no strict requirements in terms of being able to participate. It's just basically be a good human being who enjoys synthesizers and use synthesizers in your performance.
That's great. And then is there any restriction on what kind of music they make?
No.
Do you have any say over that, like ambient, hardcore, techno?
The beauty is like there are all genres of music. So like I myself typically do ambient and down tempo. We have people who do techno. We have people who do breakbeat. We have people who do jazz and funk. Like all genres are represented. All experience levels are represented. It's a very diverse community in that regard.
Okay, cool. And sounds excellent. Sounds like a great thing. So how can people be part of it? What's the Discord address they need to go to? Where do they need to head over to?
The easiest thing is going to gsg.live. If you go there, it has the links to all the different components of what we do, and the QR code also does the same thing. And on that website, you can be able to go and join the Discord, and that will bring you, there'll be a link to bring you right into it where you can sign up.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for talking us through that, Robin. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Woo!
Dude, Sonicstate was like my number one synth news source for a long time, so
that was so dope. I'm glad it worked. Sorry that I couldn't click the pop-ups. It wasn't working. I just wanted to not interrupt it. Yay!
Another fun story. I happened to bump into Andreas Kaku at Superbooth, and they had heard, or they were there at Robin's performance.
Oh, that's right!
And thought it was rad.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool experience.
Play the Deluge.
Mm-hmm. At the opening night event, which sounded really cool. I wish we would have been there. Honestly, that was like the main regret that I have about not being there for the first night, was not being at that event. But it sounded really cool from what we heard, so that's super rad.
Oh, yeah, like I said earlier, it's basically when you have Total Robin with you, everything will work out fine.
I agree with that.
I mean, who is so cool to basically just arrive in Berlin and then casually playing a set on a Deluge, live in front of an audience. I mean, only Total Robin can pull this off.
I agree. And then just run over and do like the Sonicstate interview.
Exactly, casually explaining them how it's done.
And then picking up the perfect scarf on her way out of town.
All in just one fell swoop.
So Yapo said that Sonicstate did a GSG from NobCon last year as well. So obviously the main talk at Superbooth was, okay, so we're going to NobCon, right? So everyone has to go to NobCon now.
We're counting on everyone going to NobCon, aren't we?
I'm counting on it.
We're counting on it.
You can speak more words in lesser time, and that always counts on an interview. Oh, interesting. Grace is at NobCon. Grace lives at NobCon, though. So Grace is just at NobCon.
Grace organizes NobCon. That's basically.
Grace is NobCon. Booked. Yapo's booked already. We need a book. Oh no. Oh wow. I don't know. So we haven't been to NobCon. So Superbooth to me felt really big. We didn't see everything I wanted to see. There's like 2 stories of a building plus multiple areas outside plus Bungalow Dorf. I thought it was a lot, but it wasn't too much. It was like perfect.
Oh wait, we got Mr. X here. I gotta get another beer. I forgot. We're gonna go for a while.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Good point.
What are you drinking, Mr. X?
I am drinking Diebelsalt, basically beer from the west of Germany, from the Rhine, and I have to get a new bottle.
Perfect. Seems like it's time. I brought mine in ahead of time so that I didn't have to leave.
Yeah, I brought them too, but time passed.
Time did pass. We did spend a lot of time trying to get this to work. Okay, so Toto says that Superbooth is way smaller than NobCon. Okay, I would believe that. Ooh, video from the NobCon one. Cool. Nice. Doesn't compare. You go for the shrimp gathering. Truth and coffee required. Okay. Other way around. Okay, I was gonna say, damn. So it's like Nam. No. Okay, that sounds really fun. Okay. So this is gonna be shrimp domination, is what it's gonna be at NobCon. Full domination. Is there gonna be somebody's hotel room that's just like the base of operations for like all the like acid streams that are gonna go throughout the whole time? You flew all over the pond and not visit Amsterdam. Datalek, we also didn't visit Amsterdam and wanted to. It just means there needs to be more visits to Europe, obviously.
I mean, NobCon has the major advantage of actually having Wombra in person there. So
That's, yeah.
I really hope that I can make it, because that alone is basically, you know, this scene from Ben-Hur where he meets Jesus Christ. That's similar to when we meet Wombra.
Okay, I agree, Toto. We would want to stay longer next time, too. And the shrimps do take over NobCon. Need to have a onesie party. I'm down for that. Saturday night onesie party.
Yeah, a shrimp onesie. So basically, with
Shrimp
the...
onesies.
So, Gus,
It's like I'm back at Superbooth.
Yeah, I know.
Woo!
It is. It's a Superbooth recap vibes. Cheers.
Drank
Cheers.
a lot of beers at Superbooth.
Mm-hmm. I just want to stand in a corner and eat shrimp cocktails together in shrimp onesies. Oh, God. Oh, that's funny.
I do feel like I have that vacation like sizzle out where I like want to keep, you know, the party going a little bit. Like I'm just like, yeah, you know, like screw life, man. Like
we definitely don't want to come down from this experience.
life is Superbooth, man.
Life is Superbooth.
I miss
So we were learning
the
that
entire experience. Like
we
I wish it
miss
was
it already.
like
It's
I wish
been
we
like a
could go
day.
like several weekends in a row. You know, I'd be ready to do it again this weekend.
No.
I would.
Not with the travel experience.
No, not with the travel. I'm
Just
saying
if
like
our
what
spaceship was working and we could just teleport.
What if you hibernated and then got to do it again?
If all I had to do this week was sleep and then I just go again.
Yeah.
I would do it. There was vegan gyros that I didn't get to eat, so I definitely want to go back for that.
Yeah, some of the food.
And what was that other thing that?
There were several booths I didn't go to.
I didn't film any of the Verbos cabin, and that was my biggest regret.
I played some Verbos this time, finally. I've never played it before, and I thought it was really cool.
Did you go in there, Mr. X?
actually, when we were there, the booth was so packed that you
Yeah.
couldn't reach the table. That was the main problem.
That was my thing too, is that I was like, I don't want to keep fighting these crowds.
I went there at the end of day 2, and I guess I lucked out because there wasn't that many people there, and I actually got a little bit of jam time without anybody bothering us. And Oliver, the guy that we met there, that
Andrea's friend.
Yes, Andrea's friend was pretty killer at the verbose stuff. Like, that's what he uses, and he was like rocking out with it, like making some really cool sounds. So he made me
that's right.
pretty impressed with it.
That was cool. It was good timing to have him there for that.
Yeah, but actually talking about Andrea and all the other synth friends that you brought up, I mean, you were really the famous people at the stand, basically, because everybody was saying, "Oh, it's the Galaxy Electric."
No one was saying that.
I don't
Just
think
look
that's
at all
true.
all the Instagram
Wolf.
stories with the big accounts featuring you among all the stars. That means you are stars as well. It's obvious.
Wow. That's,
well.
you know, we'll take it with a grain of salt, but it was fun. We had a good time.
Even when you arrived at the hotel, they got out the red carpet. I know you told me not to talk about this, but they did.
That's
No,
that's too
stop.
much. That's too
This
much.
is getting beyond reality. Basically, we have had the pleasure of connecting with some people who we would probably never meet if it wasn't for the internet. And because of those things, people say, "Oh, I'll be there," and then you try to connect, you know, all day. You're like sending messages, never meet up, and then you'll just be in line for beer and run into them. So that was happening to us the whole time. Is like we were just running into people rather than trying to connect with them intentionally, because everyone's just like this. So it was really fun to have those moments where you're like, "Oh my gosh, it's the person we had on our Synth Friends show over there," or someone we've been trying to connect with all day, or whatever.
Or I would do stuff like I would be in line for a beer the night before, and like people would just be in the spirit of chatting, and I would like strike up a conversation, and then like I would end up like a couple days later be at this like other party, and they're there, and we're like all going together, and like, oh, I guess this is meant to be, you know, like I just kept like running into the same people, and it was just sort of a magical experience in that sense.
Was there a list of all the streamers shrimps that were there? Oh, I don't think there is, actually. I mean, I did that one video where I tried to get everyone to like give a little like, "Hi, my name is this and my stream's name is this," you know, but some people weren't cooperating with that and it didn't go as planned. So I didn't get everybody.
Stop calling me out like
But
this.
I got like 5 or 6 of the people that were there, maybe a couple more on different occasions, but I was trying to get a little video clip of everyone so I could make a full video of all the shrimps.
But did you even have a photograph of you and Actitect? I mean, it's
No, that
basically
was the
asking,
thing.
were you even at Superbooth?
Was I even there? Because we never got to connect with Actitech. That's what I meant. It was like he was working so hard the whole time and seemed so like joyous and energized. And I was just like, there he is again. But we never were like in the same space together.
We missed our opportunity. There was one time in particular where I remember crossing paths when we were going to Bungalowdorf, and I think he was leaving Bungalowdorf. And like I remember thinking to myself,
that's right, we did. We ran into him for like a brief
I remember
moment.
thinking to myself, like, that was the opportunity.
You're right,
you
we
know
should
what I
have
mean,
we
to-
should have filmed
to
it right
snap
then.
a photo. So I wish that we would have done that.
We met Actitech. We hung out with Actitech, but it was like always as we were moving about, you know, running to things. So we never got to like have a slow sit down hang with him.
But what Wombra is pointing out is actually something that a lot of people ask. When we explained what is the GSG all about, many of the older people ask, yeah, what's the financial aspect? How do you make money out of this? And when I tell them, well, it's not about making money, it's about getting a network and getting people to stream so that we can somehow enjoy ourselves. Okay, but where's the money? And I said, there is no money. We don't even have that many expenses, so we don't even need to generate money in the first place. This is something the older generation couldn't really comprehend. But maybe that's a part of changing the system, because just telling the people it's not just about making money and somehow making it. It's just about having fun, somehow making music and talking about Eurex stuff and other synth stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like if you're not on Twitch, if you're not experiencing Twitch, it can be a hard thing to grasp of like what it's really about. And until you're really involved, it can seem like you'll try to figure it out. It won't make sense until you're doing it. And I think if as we've seen, the people who get it. It doesn't really need that much explaining, Like you were saying with Andrea, she just walked in and was like, oh, I love this, And other people might have some hang-ups and you're just like, well, you're welcome, but they won't like allow themselves to join usually.
I mean, there was this one guy from Clavis who was totally interested, and I said, yeah, what do you think about it? And he said, well, actually, I don't have the time for this. And I said, well, you could have the time if you would just let the stream play in the background and then do your work or do whatever you do. And I felt that he couldn't really react on this question because that was basically the dead point, so to speak, because there's always the chance to have some kind of background music going on. And even if that is just your part of the GSG, having it run in the background, that still is being a part of it. So people can take part if they want to. They just have to do it.
Yeah, lurk mode. See, there's so many things once you get in it, but if you just stand outside of it, you're just going to be full of questions and never join in.
But do we want to promote lurking? I mean, is that...
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. Why
is
not?
that still cool?
I mean, I think it's important that we have people in the Golden Shrimp Guild who don't play music, who don't stream, who simply are there enjoying the stuff that the performers do, enjoying the music that's going on, and even people who don't chat that much but still come out of the lurk and say, yes, it's really cool, or nice to see a new person or something like this. Every community needs those silent people who still are there somehow, and maybe even are known, but aren't present all the time. I mean, imagine just a live concert with 100 people or 200 people attending and everybody would be talking. That wouldn't make sense.
Right.
You have to have the people just standing there, not talking to anybody around them, just focused on the stage, focused on the music, maybe sipping a drink, but just standing there. I mean, it's just a mirror of that what's happening in the real life online. You have to have the people who are just sitting there, not chatting at the moment, simply enjoying the music that's going on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I still think the majority of chat is like this, because
Yeah.
like I'm not sure how many people were having a chat now, but it doesn't matter anyway, because if everybody was constantly chatting all the time, sometime the streamer would basically stop looking at chat because they couldn't follow anyway. So
I agree.
It's about basically enjoying the music, be it acid or ambient. I think it doesn't make a difference, actually.
That was honestly like my favorite part of the interview with Toto, of how she was explaining that we're not genre narcs and like everything is welcome.
Right. Yeah.
And like as she was talking about it, it was like reminding me like why this community is so awesome. And I think that's like the main reason is that there's no, you have to do this. It was sort of like they were like, so what's the parameters and like what do you have to do to get in and like all this stuff, and it's like there's nothing.
There's far less involved
Nothing.
than you think.
Be a good human. It was like be into synthesizers and be a good human. And that's really, I think, what makes it so great, because once you start having those other parameters, I feel like things get really weird.
And I think one of my favorite aspects about it, it struck me when we were just talking about it here, is just the fact that like the synthesizer is
for a community this big, I mean, too, like
the only common denominator, that we require. And so I just feel like that shows off how diverse synthesizers can be in terms of the types of sounds that they can create and the types of music that you can create with them. It's like endless. And so I feel like that is, but it still seems, you know, like you think about it at first and you're like, oh, synthesizers, that sounds limiting, but like it's really not. It's very expansive. If you
What
will.
we're really doing is we're educating people. It's important work. Because the synthesizer has gotten kind of an EDM rap, if you will.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm being cheeky. But yeah, I love Wambra, right? You can be at the concert doing your laundry. What's better than that? That's my favorite part about streaming.
I mean,
it
that
fits
is what
into your
I know
lifestyle.
Womber for. I mean, that is what we know Womber for, doing the laundry at the concert. But still, I see Bardic Perspiration enter the chat. I'm not sure if you entered earlier, but again, like, it's so amazing that
Bardic.
the idea of GSG is so well known across the whole community that people like Bardic and also Electronox, who didn't actually say, okay, I can do some work at the stand or so. They were just there, started talking to people, and new people were approaching, and they talked to them. And it was like everybody knew what was going on, everybody was totally informed, and everybody was able to provide the information to the guests approaching, to the visitors at the stand. It worked so well. I was so amazed, but I was also so surprised that actually the official number of 2 exhibitors, or 2 people for each exhibitor, wouldn't have worked out at all. I couldn't imagine with Actitect and me standing there for the whole day, talking to the people all the time. You need a team of like 8 to 10 people to somehow make this work all day for all 3 days.
Exactly.
And so, thank you Bardic, thank you Toto, thank you Electronox, and who else? I mean, even Corey probably did some of the talking, and still, it's so important to have all those people around.
Mitchell, yes, Mitchell.
Yeah,
Mitchell also, especially him. Like, he just popped up and he was immediately in the game. It was so amazing.
Oh, yeah, it was really cool. I didn't know what to expect. Obviously, having never been there before and then not knowing what the shrimp setup was going to be or who was going to be there. It was really amazing it was impressive and amazing to see how it was being run. Mitchell got the shrimp pins? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Everybody got a few shrimp pins.
I saw the shrimp pins and I saw he was repping them, but I didn't know they were because of him. That's very cool. Yeah, there was a lot of love and positivity for the Shrimp Guild.
Is Mitchell here?
Amongst the attendees of Superbooth at large that I felt.
Was he streaming?
Mitchell, I don't think Mitchell's here. No. Much love to Mitchell.
Much love, Mitchell.
Yeah, I can't imagine if it was just the 2 of you. That would have been insane. It was a packed tent all 3 days. So, yeah, very cool. I mean, it's just proof in the fact that there was like overflow, because we were mostly in the outside of the tent dealing with the overflow of people that had to be taken out. Or were just being attracted. By the acid, mostly.
It's always an advantage to have the tent and the Galaxy Electric standing in front of the tent, so basically everybody
I was going to say it was a good location for the tent because it was close to the buildings, but there was that side path so you could get there. And also the YouTube meetup was right next door. So it was a good location, everybody. Good job on that.
Yeah, I got to sort of just watch that from in front of the tent where I was apparently famously hanging out. And it was pretty cool to like see some of my favorite YouTube influencer folks like across the way and just sort of like people watch. It was trippy. It was cool.
It was like the internet come to life.
Yeah, it was a very interesting thing to be people watching, like just, you know, right there.
Actitech said that this was a very planned spot, so that's good to know that you actually scoped that out intentionally. It worked out. Brilliant.
Good work.
The way to the tent until we got the confirmation was a stony road, but in the end it worked out very well because
amazing.
It was still open till the last day, and then we got the confirmation and things had to go really quickly actually.
Wow.
Because I think it was confirmed in March or so, and that's a short time if you consider that May, or actually the start of May, is basically the time that it will happen. But still, Actitech with his magic helped us all,
I
made it
believe
happen.
it. Actitech is magic. I believe that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think also another magic moment was when we were like coming back from, I think, eating or something, and we walked past you at the tent and you said, in 5 minutes, Lily J's doing her demo. Go now. And so we just ran over there
Bolted.
all the way to the other side of the whole experience. And we got there just
Like
in
our
time.
lives depended on it.
And just in time when we walked in and we got to see the whole thing, and I filmed it, and she did, also, she like did an explanation, a demo, but also played a track that she made, and it was really awesome. She was like jamming with it. So that was like perfect timing. I couldn't believe it.
It was similar when she had the first showcase, and she told me about it, and I then told all the shrimp people like, yeah, well, Lily is doing the showcase, maybe we should show up. And all of a sudden, shortly before it started, the room filled with shrimp people. And yeah, I mean,
Shrimp
that's the
people, like we're
yeah, that's the thing that we could make happen actually, because
we can descend upon you.
yeah, we just arrived.
There's a high pitched
like,
noise only we can hear.
yeah, like a low cost,
It's-
and suddenly crossing the land.
It comes from the art signal format from Tip Top. Like,
Oh my
That's
god. We appreciate how hard you worked, Actitech. We felt it. We all got to enjoy how hard you worked, and I'm so glad that you loved it. That's the best part. I could feel that, and that made us all feel like we could enjoy ourselves too.
Especially something that is rarely mentioned is that Actitech got all the stuff at the venue or to the venue by public transport. And you know how it is to travel with Deutsche Bahn, you know how it is to travel with the public transport in Berlin, and he got from Amsterdam to Berlin
Oh,
with
wow.
public transport carrying like 2,000 tons of golden shrimp gear
By himself.
and by himself.
Wow. Holy shit, actually. Okay.
and the
that's
Oscar goes to
Yeah.
Actitech.
Like, what
Damn.
kind of award can we make in the Shrimp Guild for that? Because that's incredible.
I think it's just important. It's important to keep that shit in mind.
That's superhuman feat right there.
Mhm.
Packing Tetris. It's like putting together your module case.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was so surprised when I entered the tent during the first day, seeing all the stuff, and then realizing it was Actitech alone who brought all of this here.
That is too much magic. I can't even handle that, actually. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's serious. Mad respect, because you made it look easy, honestly. Incredible. So fun. Such a joyous experience. So how does so there's also going to be a GSG booth at NobCon, is that the case? Does anybody
Let's talk about Wolf, your status. Are you
know?
going?
No, just swipe me away.
Well, no, I mean, I think that would lead to
Oh, you're saying is he going?
yeah,
Oh,
a conversation about whether
Actually-
I thought you were just ignoring me entirely.
No.
Yeah, how can we
Actually-
pressure you into going?
The information is that there will probably be a stand, because last time there was one, and I'm sure that this time there will also be one. I'm doing all I can to make it happen. I hope
right.
that it will happen, because it's not as simple as like ordering a train ticket to Berlin and basically taking the train, and that's
Right.
all. So a lot of things have to be organized, but I hope it will happen. I hope the USA will be prepared.
For the shrimp
And then-
takeover?
I've heard the used synth market's pretty decent right now, so if you have to sell a couple pieces, to get over here, I get it.
What? Selling? What does that mean?
Ah.
I'm just
Oh
messing with you.
no. Yeah,
Don't sell anything.
we
It's not
need
worth
to
it.
prepare ourselves.
Yeah,
know,
but
it's
I
funny.
think, like they said before, NobCon is a different thing, but what we've learned from Superbooth is that it's not always about the live music or about the exhibitors or so. It's about the community being there, and that alone was so much fun. I mean, you saw it right on the last day when we were deconstructing all the stuff, and Schneider, totally envious, entered the tent, and all in his rage, what he could do was to tell everybody to leave, except for the exhibitors, Architect and myself. Maybe because the vibe was too strong for the Berlin people to handle. I'm not sure about this.
I believe it.
I mean, it was similar with the train conductor, with the
Yes.
tram conductor who jumped out and shouted at us to leave the tram. It was the same with the guys on the lawn telling us to leave the venue because the vibe was too strong.
Ooh, we got told to leave 3 or 4 times in total, I believe.
I'm so glad that we
From
brought up the
different
guy on the
places.
train because, like, his demeanor, like, his antics were,
That
like,
was
so strong.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And,
But it happened pretty much everywhere we went.
it was...
Anytime we tried to really keep our vibe, you know, in the space, it was like, no, get out of here.
It left a lasting impression.
I do believe that the Havana bar would have accepted us more openly.
I mean, they don't like dogs, so there's a crude twist to them as well. But still, I told you before that things don't always go smoothly in Germany, and it happened just like I predicted it, because I know my people.
Happened just like you predicted it, huh?
Interesting.
So what you're saying is you had this idea beforehand that shit might go down a certain way, and lo and behold, after the event, it did go down that way.
Who is the
I mean,
master of puppets now?
I know how things go in Germany, and that was no
Exactly.
surprise.
Because
Also,
you
the-
orchestrated it.
The running gag about the internet connection failing all the time. It's something that people who live in Germany know much better that because even the former Chancellor Merkel said one time that the internet is the undiscovered country. Like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, where internet was basically an everyday occurrence. But still, this is the way that things go in Germany. It could go well, it could go easy, it could go with some kind of thought put in it, and still the internet connection was terrible, but we made the best out of it because, again, Architect saved the day with his Wi-Fi connection.
Unreal. Like a hotspot?
I guess so.
Okay. I wasn't part of that, so I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, the hotspot saved the day. Electronox with the backup battery saved the day a couple times. There was definitely a lot of saving of the day, and shrimps are ready. Shrimps have like a Swiss Army knife of things. You know, you get a couple shrimps together and you could really, survive on a deserted island.
Mhm.
It's like a crossover of the A-Team and MacGyver somehow.
Yes.
Resourceful. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, Yapo, that's a great question because I've already been thinking about that. So I didn't bring. So funny. I didn't bring lip balm, and it was very like dry and dusty, and at some point just like couldn't resolve that issue for myself. So that's like the number one thing I would bring was lip balm. My lips got so dry and chapped.
Try to drink as much
Lots of water.
as you do beer. So, like, what I recommend is a 1-to-1
1 to 1.
ratio.
We were double fisting the whole time.
As much
Water,
as
beer,
possible.
Water, beer, water,
And,
beer.
like, the key is, like, you can literally drink as much as you want, as long as the day is long. As long as you match it with the water.
Mm-hmm.
Drink water.
Stay hydrated. Stay moisturized.
Hydration.
But
It is very
again-
dirty. Like, so definitely be prepared to like walk. It's just the dust, the dustiness, right? Like you're outside in the dust, dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, the instruments were trashed. I felt bad for everybody's, like, Superbooth model that they brought, because if it was outside and, most of the stuff, the good stuff it was getting trashed.
You didn't feel it, but
dude.
then at the end of the day, I'm like, my stuff was like caked, you know?
Do not buy a Superbooth floor model if those turn up on reverb or anything. Like,
damn.
I would not trust.
Yeah, super dry sand dirt, exactly.
Anything that was
exactly
outside of
that
Superbooth.
I did not expect. So the second time around, I would come prepared for that.
Yeah, it's strange that some of the patches on the ground were so dusty because basically it was just such fine dirt
Yes.
that it basically wasn't sandy, but the dust was flying around all the time. And the worst thing about it was that actually when you had the cork that Actitech brought along facing the entrance of the tent, and you could basically swipe it every hour and still you would have had a visible layer of dust and dirt on it, so you would be basically wiping it all the time. That was a major issue, and I hope that this might change if the 10 position would change or so, because I think especially there where we had the tent, it was a very, very difficult situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it isn't the same at Bungalowdorf because of the housing and all of that.
Right.
It is totally different on the inside of the main building,
Exactly.
but it's
This
also
one
something.
place where you guys were at, yeah, exactly, was
Yeah.
the dusty spot.
It was just the dust bowl of
Mhm.
Superbooth, basically.
It was.
I don't know how to solve this problem. And what I realized that the tents would get very, very warm. Not hot, I would say, but very warm when the sun
Mhm.
was basically shining because the trees didn't have enough leaves yet.
Yeah, it was too warm for that time of year. It was a little weird. Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
I
the
was
room
getting.
was hot, especially night
Oof.
2. It was super hot.
Yeah, we were feeling a little stuffy, and you don't want to complain because it didn't rain. It was beautiful, you know, but it was just a little bit too warm. And I was like, dang, for May, like I'm a little scared.
Mhm.
Where
But
is
actually,
this going?
it was way warmer than last year because
Yes.
last year it was actually
No AC.
absolutely perfect weather. Like sometimes you have to put on a jacket or so, but most of the time it was okay. But
Yes.
this time it was basically hot all day, and
Yeah. It was no
bit-
AC in the hotel.
I would have preferred it a little cooler.
Well, the
'cause-
first night we didn't know you could open the window, so it was no AC, no moving air. But then they showed us how to open the window, so.
This Floridian has finally gotten used to the cold, so I'm okay. I'd rather actually have it be a little on the cold side than how it was. So
Mhm.
I'd like it to be that way for me next year.
Yes, Mr. Spock Synth Guy. So I have this beeswax stuff that I use for my lips because it just kind of keeps you from ever really getting chapped if you use it every day. And I was like, oh, let me bring that because that's like one of my daily things. And for some reason I was like, why would I need that? Biggest mistake I've ever made. Literally the most chapped my lips have ever been. Because I always use that stuff. I'm like a little baby about it now. I didn't think I'd be talking about this on stream. That's pretty funny.
I had a feeling you might.
It was really traumatic, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It was like one of my biggest complaints. Also, because everything's closed on Sundays, so by the time I was like, let me go get some, I couldn't get any.
these are the two things that I tell everybody
I
who's
know.
visiting Germany. You have to bring cash.
Oh, we did bring
Don't-
cash. We were prepared with that.
Yeah. Bring
We-
cash, and you must know that shops are closed on Sundays.
Mhm. I was able to buy some postcards, so some touristy stuff was open, but I couldn't get chapstick. Couldn't get Carmex. It was very sad. I had to just accept my fate and move on.
Yo, but better than expected.
Um.
I was kind of amazed at the fact that I was able to
Mr. I can't even handle this.
stumble across such stuff. Like, there was this guy that was hanging out outside of our tent.
There was
in
just always
particular.
somebody. There was just always somebody.
And he was the guy, man. Like, he had
There were a couple though.
just this, like, you know, all kinds of satchels and stuff all
Oh
over
yeah,
him.
I
He
mean
was
somebody
like,
with lots of satchels, you know, that's probably gonna be your guy.
he kind of looked like he was, like, from the cast of the movie Willow.
I don't know that reference well enough.
But, like, you know, just, like, in the village, he was just, like...
I don't
one of
know
the
if it was
village
Superbooth though, you know what I mean?
people. And he actually gifted me a fair amount. And I was like, man, this is, you know, halfway decent.
I I thought
Yes,
we
a
could
traveling
dodge
merchant
this
vibe.
bullet
I've lived in
because-
California, I've lived in New York, I've passed through Colorado, and it was pretty decent.
It wasn't Zurich. That's what I mean. Zurich was obviously, not to narc.
This was
but
outside of Zurich.
It wasn't.
But it's
somebody
still
else.
amazing that chat assumes that it was Zurich.
I know,
so-
isn't that amazing? I was like, I wasn't gonna say his
No.
name, but.
Oh,
See
Grace
ya,
has to head out.
Grace. See
Take
ya.
care. Take care. See you in Chicago.
We'll see you at NobCon. No, I'm sure we'll see you again before then.
But the funny thing about this guy was, the first time he approached us, I was standing at the stand and talking to him, and all the time he was just asking technical questions like, yes, and what about the streams? What about
Huh.
the music? What about the instruments? And I explained everything, and I thought, okay, something is strange with that guy. And the last question he said was, yeah, thank you so much for all the explanations. Can I bring you some weed? And I said, we have
He
the
felt
suitcase
obligated.
with us. We are fine. Thank you so much. And I thought, okay, this bullet was dodged. But then in the end, Gus, you proved us wrong. Like the scene in Ghostbusters where they said, no, we aren't thinking about anything. And then the one guy said,
Oh, I reference that all the time.
know,
I
I
know
can't
exactly
believe
what
you're
you're
saying-
talking about.
and then
Yeah,
all of
no,
a sudden you-
I definitely thought of, I conjured the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on that one.
Oh my god, Yoppo,
And then
that's
he,
so
he
funny.
got us in the end, and I was so, I wouldn't say disappointed, but somehow this guy still made it. He found not the weak spot, but he found the, yeah.
The way
Gus,
he penetrated
it's-
the shrimps.
yeah. He got inside the system.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
If there's anybody that's gonna happen for, it's gonna be me.
Yoppo, did you say you'll be at NobCon? Because I'm sure everyone knows about the state of Illinois. In regards to
It's
this
just one of those
relevant
things
topic.
where like it finds me, like I don't have to put any effort into the situation usually.
Do you want to say what time you were born?
I was born at 4:20.
It's a sign.
I know, right? And my brother, who was already a
Was much
stoner at
older.
the time, and
It's like
was
14.
older than me, yeah, like a good bit older, like basically said that,
He decreed, kind of like how Kesha knighted you. Your brother was like, he shall be a stoner.
yeah, he was like, he's gonna be a stoner.
Synth Patches, nice to
And-
see you. Nice chat.
I am,
Head off to sleep.
at least for
Gute
now.
Nacht, Ronny.
I take
Synth
breaks.
Synthetician is Ronny actually, so it's not just Star Treks, but also Synthetician.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for being here. And Yoppo is going to be there early Friday to Monday. That was the other thing I was going to ask is like, what are the days that everyone will be at NobCon? What's that range? Because this was like Wednesday to Sunday. Yes, Yoppo, thank you for clarifying what I was saying. So, Superbooth was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I think NobCon is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I believe it is.
So we have some planning to do, clearly, and I'm curious to hear more about. I guess there'll be like an OpCon channel in the Discord, the Shrimp
There is,
Discord.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Nobcon channel is a channel that never sleeps, basically.
It never sleeps.
I would expect it.
I'm not surprised. Friday to Sunday. Okay, cool. So is there going to be live streaming from OpCon, or is there going to be like we did with this, where it'll be simultaneous?
As far as I
Illinois is a
know,
legal state now.
those-
Obama's weed man's like, I can expand my territory. Yes, it is.
But the important question is, will Barack be around? So we
Will
will have
who?
to know. Barack Obama.
Oh,
Will he be around?
well,
Yeah.
yeah, he's from. Well, he's not from Illinois, but Chicago connections.
But getting back to your
Jim,
questions, I
Jim,
think
Jim,
there will
Jim.
be those bedroom sessions, and
Mhm.
DJ Doey especially is working very hard on the technical part, so
Ooh.
that everybody has the same clock and all of that kind of stuff. So
Damn, there's gonna be a
Something
Jamtown
will
room.
a jam floor, basically.
A jam
story.
floor.
That's gonna be.
Oh, so we all need to book this. And okay, oof.
You will exit the elevator and only see those patch cables running across all rooms. And that's
Oh,
just
Grace
one
is
thing.
bringing a tiny harp.
Ooh.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, we need to start planning. What we're
Exactly.
gonna even bring.
Yeah.
Obviously, the TD3. Or I guess we don't need to if you'll just do that.
I'll just do that.
I'll record that on my phone, make it a beat. We'll be able to plug into synths. Okay, it's on. Oh, this is gonna be. I can't even handle how insane this is gonna be. Damn. Okay, tiny harps and synths are about to take over Knock-On.
Yeah.
That's definitely different than Superbooth. Superbooth did not have that element of like we're all jamming at the hotel.
No.
Yeah,
was-
exactly, Grace. I thought you left already.
That was not the
Yeah.
vibe.
That was not the vibe.
Grace can't leave. She knows what's up. So.
I know. She heard us talking
Yeah.
about Knock-On again, and it like lured her back in.
But still, we
want
had the jam station at the stand actually.
That's
the
true,
Korg
that's true.
And the TR8S, and we had some jams going on
Yes.
the first day actually. I know.
Okay, we missed that.
That's how little I jammed. I didn't touch that stuff. I was really surprised myself.
It was fun to see
was
people
tempting.
come up and just start jamming out. So that was cool.
Yeah, they thought that it was some kind of Korg booth or so because Korg mini low.
Yeah, people are drawn to it, and very like ready to just jump in. So that was cool.
It's like, yeah, it's like a synth from like 8 years ago.
Oh, Bardic is here. Hey, Bardic. There was no shared jam opportunity. I felt that as well, and I think that was talked in the shrimp signal chat. People were basically like, "We're not going to bring stuff."
Mhm.
So it was kind of predetermined that it would be. It was a business agreement.
That wasn't gonna be the vibe.
Yeah.
We will up the game for next year, so something will happen because
Ooh.
I have heard that there are talks about a shrimp stage.
I was just
so-
gonna say shrimp stage. I felt it coming.
That would be amazing.
The Havana Club, obviously.
Oh, Havana Club. Difficult.
Oh my god.
I'm looking to connect with, Berlin music easel owners.
Like the two
For-
people in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schneider and basically Schneider's son or so, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe they'll supply an easel to our tent.
So something I was thinking about is basically talking again to the Berlin Modular Society to get something going because they have the connections in Berlin. They know
Right.
the venues. They know the
Mhm.
places we could go.
Be a great
We-
collaboration.
Yeah, like we bring the manpower and then we will see what happens because I don't think that you can bring your Buchla case with you from the United States to here. Would be so dangerous flying with this thing.
I agree.
I know.
So
I would
we
need
need
like
to
a
see.
I would need like a SWAT team with me to like keep it safe.
The amount of questioning, I just would slow us down so much.
And the final boss would be the customs in Germany when you have this case and they would look at it and say,
Yeah.
Was ist das? Explain.
Yeah.
We will ask the questions
We'd
about
be getting pulled
Buchla,
into side rooms for sure.
Yeah.
of course.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that was a main thing. We were like, let's just go. Like, there's so much we could overthink about.
It was
this,
really
but
nice to
let's
be
just go.
Unencumbered is the
Yeah.
word that comes to mind. Yeah.
Not
Just nice.
stressing about
Nice.
gear.
Nice to not have a bunch of shit to carry around and worry about. Stress about.
Nobcon's another story though. So yeah, having a private space or having a shrimp stage or something would definitely be warranted, I think.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Mhm.
That's actually like, of course, that's gonna happen.
I know.
Like we're just getting started.
To
baby.
Actitech's like, I'm already drawing up the plans. It's already in the works, so
Mm.
don't worry your
Actitech
little head
ordering
about it.
a few trucks to get all the gear to Berlin.
Yeah, this is really going to the next level now. I do think. I'm tapping
Actitech,
out.
don't you want to join the chat or so? Or anybody else? I mean, everybody who has Twitch can basically start.
Well, yeah. Don't want to set expectations. Dan is working on something for NobCon potentially. Oh, like a stage. I'm trying to think if there's any other highlights.
Who's Dan?
Dan is who they were saying did the
Dan Kushner.
NobCon, ran the shrimp booth.
Oh, okay. So
I don't think we know Dan though.
Our Chicago Shrimp All-Star.
Chicago Shrimp All-Star.
Besides...
we have like regional shrimp teams now.
Yeah.
Like jam teams.
Other folks I know in Chicago that...
Squads, if you will.
We're Chicago adjacent.
Yeah, Bardic,
and
do
we're
you have
Detroit
any
adjacent.
Bardic, do you have any like highlights or things? Do you want to jump in?
Yeah, Bardic, you were there.
Bardic was running the booth.
Oh, I got a story about Bardic.
Ooh.
Remember the time that there was the person that was like throwing shade at our fellow streamers, and we were trying to like correct that. We were trying to like re-steer the bus like.
Wait, more context.
In the yeah, exactly. In the positive direction, and it just wasn't going to happen. Yeah, he vented to me for a good period of time, which was warranted. Like, this person sounded like they were being really difficult and really, like, just not taking anything fairly.
Oh, the lady who kept coming by and saying weird stuff. Like, negative things.
They were just watching the stream and being like,
this music isn't good, or...
Isn't modular music. Modular music is, like, so complex, and it's like, this music is so simple, and I don't want to name the stream that we were watching, because that's just, nah.
Oh, they were commenting on the streamer.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. How are you?
And
we're shrimping out.
You know... Oh, here we go.
Oh, Bardic, they were watching Graceful. Even worse. Like, what a crime to even say.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you?
I guess that's a good example of, like, how ridiculous this person was being.
Yes, Bardic for the clarification. Thank you. That's what it was. Basically, just reinforcing the fact that the tent was hopping. There was, like, crowds of people the entire time.
And that was, like, the only negative comment I feel like we got the entire time. I don't even think that's
negative. It's just, like...
If it could be seen that way.
It's just narky. It's just sort of like not the vibe.
Not the vibe.
And it was just wrong because
it's incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and it was wrong.
Exactly. Only person like that.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. That was the punch. That was the punchline.
We have our first Taylor Swift reference of the stream.
Ooh.
We made it to 2 hours before we had a Taylor Swift reference.
And your opponent even came up with the Taylor Swift reference. Ooh.
It's only a matter of time before the world knows about my bukla that I did on the record.
I mean, even I covered a song of her once, but nobody's
Which one?
Perfect.
Nobody's
perfect. Good question.
You don't even know?
I have to check SoundCloud for that. Because
I
I fear her lawyers. I fear her lawyers so that I don't release it officially. But you can carry on while I'm searching for the song.
Taylor Swift is
we're pro Taylor Swift here.
Fantastic songwriter.
Yeah, we're Team Tay for sure.
Yeah, like
it's safe and sound. The one she did with the Civil War some years ago.
Like, I'm not lying. It is a dream of mine to play on Taylor Swift's album. Like, if anybody can make that happen, I'm down.
I mean, you did already. The Buchla remixes, Taylor Swift.
Well, I'm trying to get back in, you know. It's kind of on a record-by-record basis, you know, and I'm like, I kind of lost my contact with Taylor, and I'm trying to get back in on the back end.
She's doing those re-records, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to, like, get, you know, my name dropped at the right time, right place, right time, you know.
Oh, my goodness. I love when people say that her new album, Midnights, is synth pop. I always like that, and I'm like, does that word mean anything anymore? I don't think it does now.
It would be synth pop if the Buchla was mixed to the front.
Yeah, it's hiding too much in the back. That's really what they're referencing. It's really all part of a secret code to finally unveil that Gus is the secret producer behind it all. I couldn't even get through that all the way.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. Like,
Okay.
I liked Taylor Swift's music, and I did not produce it.
Okay, Bardic says, one of my personal highlights was meeting Habana Sound and having her tell me her mom is a lurking fan of my channel. I was asking her if she was going to be there. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
Meeting
so
Habana
cool.
Sound was great. You're
Yeah.
right. Good reference. I didn't know that. That's amazing. Her mom is really into Twitch. Just Bardic, though.
I mean,
He
that's
knows what's good.
super cool, and I won't tell my story that I have because it's a little bit of like a narky situation, but
But we also had a lot of fun with Habana.
but yeah, there was like a moment. It was kind of like the Indiana Jones with the like doing the shots in the bar, like the drink down, but with other stuff.
You know, international bonding.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, you remember now. What happens at Superbooth stays at Superbooth is all we'll say. Some people must have a narrow mind. Exactly.
But I like that you look at it that way, Gus, because I didn't expect it to be that much of an issue, but it's interesting that you see it that way, actually. But never underestimate Hibana Sound. I mean, she plays the koto like a total pro, so that was to be expected, actually.
Yeah, good point.
Oh man, yeah, it was great, and it was the last night too.
It was just fun.
And we got kicked out, so...
And we got kicked out again.
It's really not a party without
No
getting
matter
kicked
where
out.
we were, if we were in a group and we weren't in the tent, we were being told to move. No matter where we were.
And even in the tent we were kicked out by
Yeah,
the boss
that's true.
himself, by
That's
Schneider.
true. Amazing.
No better person to get kicked out by.
Yeah, that's how sort of DIY the whole thing feels.
Yeah, it's like you literally get kicked out by Schneider.
Individually.
Yeah, he's like, all right, time to go now.
What is this shit about? And then he is getting totally envious about all the fun happening there and saying, Nein, raus, get out.
Incredible.
I still remember him saying his basically last sentence, now means now, and then making the obvious sign like, get out.
Wow, that's really intense. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, of course it was intense because, we were intense.
Is it fun? Oh my
not
gosh.
just do that. He did not just do that.
I'm gonna
You
try to
pulled off
swiftly
a
move
pun
past that.
wow, on the fly like that. That was
That was the first
know.
pun that was spoken at Superbooth. It's not just
Wow.
exciting, it's intense.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Oh no. That was very bad. That's like
Bum,
put you in
bum,
red card, put you in the
bum.
corner, time out. That was too bad of a pun.
That's like we might have to end the stream
It
on
caught
that
me
one.
off guard. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, America. If Mr. X is coming, we need to prepare. This is gonna be intense.
Nobody can prepare for this.
No,
Sorry,
there's
but
no tents at NobCon, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
what? Oh,
It's in an air-conditioned hotel room.
Mm-hmm. Very American.
Very American. Can't get more American than that, apparently.
Yeah, we learned a lot about how American we are. There was a tent. Okay, classic. That is good to know. There can be tent puns. Be on the lookout. Be prepared. Mr. X is coming. There will be tent puns. Are there plans to
Intended
have any
puns.
GSG at any events in the UK? Let's make it happen, Boos.
What synth event is worth, like,
Yeah, what should
super
we-
booth level us all coming to?
Yeah, what's going on in the UK?
If you build it, we will come.
Let us know. Oh, even better, it was a jam tent. The best kind of tent. The only tent. I mean, honestly, seeing your video again of the acid booth reminded me how awesome it was to be next to that the whole time. The acid jam tent was the most fun.
You don't need background music when you have the acid tent right next to you.
It made it seem like our tent was more hoppin', you know?
Mm-hmm.
It added to the allure.
And I would say that, like, there wasn't a lot of bad acid coming out of that tent, because if you think about it, the bar at Superbooth is so high, you know, like you're going to the acid tent to play like an 808 or 909 or 101
Did you go
or
there?
202. I mean, I knew they were all there.
It's just naming all the numbers.
Literally. And
there's a 505 and a 202 and a
I mean, it's those units, you know what I mean? And like, so you go there and like, if you can't like really rock that shit, like you're not gonna like, it's like kind of like people who are really good at playing video games, like, you know, playing all the cool games at the arcade and like it's like you're not gonna suck at Street Fighter and play in front of a shitload of people, you know what I mean, and like have them all make fun of you for sucking ass. Like you're not even gonna put yourself through that experience, you know. Like I feel like it's the same thing with the acid booth at Superbooth. Like you're not gonna get up there and suck on those machines. That level of like, you know, synth, you know, like everybody kind of like knows the style. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
That was a lot of justifying. That was a lot.
Did you like that
I
little
did.
like? Did you like the 2-beer anecdote at the end?
I just need a short refuel break, so see you in a minute.
Oh, okay. Welcome in, Open Set. You are here for the Superbooth tea, I see. Oh my goodness, you wore him out with that last bit. He was like, that was, oof. We need to think about that one for a little bit. The acid booth. I found my Superbooth radio interview.
I think he's going to get another beer.
What's your
if
Superbooth
he is, that
radio?
he's severely misled.
He's severely misled that this
That's
is
not what this is. That's not what's happening right now. Like,
Cheers! What is your Superbooth radio interview, Actitech? What do you mean by that? Link! Hear this. Radio. Oh, cool. Man, a lot came out of this. So, I was interviewed by the Superbooth radio station. Oh, there's a Superbooth radio station. That's fucking rad. Of course you were. I knew you were out there just fucking running yourself in the crowd. I mean, you were just going so hard.
That's amazing.
I didn't know that was even happening. So, definitely check that out. Add that to the archives with the Toto video for sure. Amazing. So I'd say that, like, our main takeaways are that we have what is it? We have the Sound Freak modular demo video that we're going to be putting together.
Oh, so that was another one that made. Did we even talk about my list? I guess I kind of did, but
yeah,
like
you did. But you didn't mention that, actually.
the dual filter oscillator from Sound Freak was probably. It was definitely my number 2, and something I also plan on adding to my system. But like it sounds, it's like the VCS3's filter. It sounds so good. It's like so buttery.
Yeah, we could go on and on about that. That's going to be one of our biggest things that we share.
Mm-hmm. And there was
yeah,
a lot of information shared by that person.
We got a really in-depth overview of it and a really great video. I'm really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we interviewed any like synth friends that we came across. So that's going to be stuff that we share in our new Vortex. If everybody here doesn't know about our new Vortex, it's like our secret place to share things that we're not necessarily releasing other places. So any music or any tutorials, any interviews, things like that that we're doing that are going to be just for Vortex members. I think we have a command for it. I kind of forgot about this. I'm all caught up in the Superbooth of it all. But we did just launch this right before Superbooth, and now we have to kind of get back to it now that we're back. But everything we did at Superbooth, we're going to put in there as well. Let's see. Yeah, we will listen to this interview when Mr. X comes back so that he can be a part of that. I also have to go to the bathroom, so I'll do that right before. At 59. Okay, so we'll have to figure out how to put that on. And then, what did Bardic say? Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking, is there was no other booth like the Shrimp Guild. There was no other community booths or live streaming or anything like that. Mm-hmm. People wanting shrimp cocktails.
Ooh, that would have been a nice touch, though.
Yeah. So let me figure out how to get this going.
In case you needed one more thing to worry about for the booth, shrimp cocktails would have been a nice addition.
Okay, at
We had this
59.
thought when we basically thought about banners and stuff, because if you see shrimp something on a banner, you think, oh, it's a food tent, so let's go there and eat some shrimp rolls or something. So I'm glad people didn't think this far and just were amazed by the community.
Yeah,
exactly, it was
absolutely.
very cool.
Yeah. It all
Because
worked
with
out.
all the food sold at the Superbooth, that isn't too far off. So
Yeah, exactly. There was so much good food there. You know, the food trucks were decent.
I'm trying to figure out how I can bring this in. Is it display capture or window capture? This window capture.
Probably window capture
Yeah.
for this one.
To have the audio as well. Oh,
I think so.
display
I can do
captures
it.
a whole
Sound-
screen.
It should
So-
be coming through Mr. X's channel.
Say that again, Mr. X.
Display capture is the whole screen, so
and
window
this is
capture is
window,
probably
yeah.
better.
There we go. So I think it's here.
Audio capture would
And-
work as well.
I think it's just taken over the whole screen. So give me a second to get it.
In the meantime, something I found a bit disappointing was that there was basically no like nighttime music and nighttime action going on, because last year at Superbooth, basically we never went home before midnight, but this
Yeah,
year
like-
it was very, very different.
That's what
Sadly,
everyone was saying.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the vibes were somehow cancelled and in a very harsh way.
Yeah, that I was surprised by that, you know, and that was probably the one missing element, you know, which was some sort of like you know, community, like everybody has the same idea about what to do after. You know what I mean? Like it would have been nice to see a more organized after party for the festivities. You know, so that's a good idea for next year. At least, you know, that's maybe something, you know, we definitely like got ourselves together and stayed at the same hotel, and, you know, I absolutely recommend anyone who's considering going next year, you know, to stay in the hotel with everybody, because that was honestly like a lot of the fun was, you know, the conversations we would have after the long days, and like, you know, making fun of the faces on the wall.
Yes, the weird hotel faces, the poor
Yeah.
souls captured in the walls.
Yeah, so there's at the hotel we were staying at, there were these like gigantic pictures of people's faces, like, you know, just like really up close, and they're like making these like crazy eyes, like faces, like what did I call it, like something about like joy, or just like literally like, you know, the most elated look on everyone's face, which was amazing. I mean, it's better than, you know, like other types of looks, but like it's just like, you know, these individuals had these like huge smiles on their faces, and one of the pictures you could clearly see the person's nose hair, and we couldn't
Oh, the hotel photos?
help but make fun of that.
I
a
knew
bit.
exactly what you were talking about.
Oh yeah,
When you said nose hairs, I was like,
well, it
oh.
was one of the highlights
Hotel
of the hotel.
photos.
And some of them were very creepy, like smile faces that we just couldn't get over. And we were
Rumor
like coming
has
up with nicknames of them.
Rumor has it that actually Mitchell Leonard wakes up at night screaming nose hair because he dreamed of this all the time. But it's just a rumor, so I can't tell if it's true or not.
Oh my god. Okay, what did I miss? Okay. I won't try to catch up. Let's see. Radio interview. Let's do it. Yeah, we don't need the visual, but I just wanted to like make sure that it was here and it was working. So let's make sure Let me see.
Also, kann das sein?
Ja, kann sein.
Do we have it?
Ich muss mich hier erstmal einfummeln.
Ja.
Ich bin der Neue.
Jetzt hört mich an wie Radio.
Ich
So-
bin der Neue.
This
You are
is
the
at
new
59. Is this the
Ich
right
habe einen
thing?
Gast mitgebracht, nämlich Joris von GSG Live, GSG Point Live.
Hallo.
Hello, and it's some kind of project platform in the internet. Where are you
Nice.
coming from?
Well, I'm personally from the Netherlands, but our community is based all over the world. From Japan to Canada, from Argentina to all over Europe and Australia. What does GSG stand for? Originally, it stands for Golden Shrimp Guild. It's a completely unrelated name to what we do, but that's where we started, and now we shorten it to GSG Live. And you could interpret it as a global streaming guild or something like that.
Yes, and you're doing something like live performances in the internet at the moment. I've seen some musicians playing on the platform, and the thing is that the people can write chatting with these people, and it's vice versa. It's back and forth, and
Actually, yes. We are a global live streaming community and platform. So people can do live jams and live interactive electronic music and stream it to the internet. And we get all the artists from all over the world together, throw events together. We have a very active Discord server where we talk about gear and talk about live streams, talk about how to set up your live streams, help new people. We are very welcome and open to everybody. It's completely free. Also, the software for live streaming is completely free, called OBS. A lot of people will probably know. And what we do is we help synthesizer people get into live streaming, and after that throw them all together into all kinds of events. We have weekly events, and we have monthly events, sometimes even 4 days in a row, non-stop synthesizer music with people from all over the planet.
So is there some kind of talking in between, or
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, mostly it's about music. It differs per streamer. Some streamers like to talk between their performances. Some people don't even show their face, but they're just turning on the drum machine and boom digga boom. And some like to talk, or some even sing on their performances, or some take all kinds of different. I've seen violins, guitars, and pianos, all kinds of stuff. But it's mostly synthesizer oriented.
so and under Corona, under the flu, this was a good possibility for a lot of musicians.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes,
we
someone
Boom
say-
digga boom digga boom. I was waiting for
uh,
somebody to
during the
spell
beginning
it
of
out.
the pandemic.
Someone
because
sample
a lot of
that.
musicians were locked in their studio almost, and this was really a way for them to out their creativity and get some viewers as well. And we actually thought that after the pandemic, or when it cooled down a bit, we would get like a lot less viewers and a lot less streamers. But it actually stayed, and it kept growing even. So yeah, it's very nice to experience.
Fantastic. And is it your first time on the Superbooth?
First time as an exhibitor, yes.
Yes. Oh, here everything flies away.
are you a musician too?
Yes, I'm one of the live streamers myself. I'm not just the organization. It's community driven. So there's the artists themselves run the community, and so there's no big company behind it or anything, or there's no big money people involved that decide what we do. Everybody is completely free in what to do, and it's also completely free for artists to perform on our platform.
Okay, wir haben hier Joris von GSG Live bei uns, eine Internetplattform, auf der Musiker und Zuhörer miteinander kommunizieren können. Es gibt wöchentliche, monatliche Live-Shows bzw. Musik zu konsumieren, und es ist eine Plattform, die frei ist von jeglichen Majors oder großen Geldcompanies, sondern es ist sozusagen community-driven, also gemeinschaftsmäßig organisiert. GSG Live heißt die ganze Sache. und heißt sowas wie GSG, heißt sowas wie Shrimps,
Golden Shrimps.
die goldene Karat, Garnelen Gilde. Und you have another thing, a kind of card game.
Yes.
The card game.
This was my first eye catcher actually. And
We made
told
Mr.
me
X
about
laugh
that.
cry at least
Well,
3 times during this stream.
it's a
That's
deck
made me
of
very happy.
inspiration cards. We call them the Jam Strategy cards, and they're somewhat inspired by Brian Eno's oblique strategies, but it's more like a 21st century synthesizer oriented approach to it. And all the cards are somewhat inspired by artists from our community. And right now we have about 70 different cards. And it's just for when
That's
you're
so
jamming
many.
in your studio alone or during a live stream. It happens very often that somebody is live streaming and someone in the chat says, pull a card. And then they pull a card and they have to do what's on the card. And it can be all kinds of things like fatten the bass line or create a sequence without listening to it. All kinds of stuff that you probably normally wouldn't do, but
Beatboxing your
beatbox your drum beats, stuff like that. Yeah.
Put a little bit
Basically
whales
do what
out.
Axel did earlier.
I don't think I have them on them.
Nein,
on
ich
me
kann
right
die mal
now.
kurz
No.
beschreiben. Also es geht darum,
Make the drum sounds with your
ein
mouth.
Aspekt dieses Projektes ist, dass es gibt ein Kartenspiel, was auch in diesen Livestreams ab und zu in die Home-Computerkamera, Internetkamera gehalten wird, wo also von Künstlern, die zu dem Projekt oder zu der Plattform gehören, sozusagen kreative Ideen oder Tools oder Strategien angezeigt sind, wie zum Beispiel mach deinen Loop fetter oder jetzt müssen Walfische rein oder jetzt mal bitte Beatboxing
Im Prinzip sind es Handlungsaufforderungen, um sich selber zu überraschen.
Ja, und das kann man eben zu Hause bei der eigenen Produktion benutzen, einfach als kreative Spielkarten, die man dazu benutzt. Und man kann es aber auch in der Interaktion auf der Plattform oder mit anderen Leuten zusammen machen.
Aber
Ne?
sind die designt oder
Ja,
so?
pass auf, und jetzt beschreibe ich die.
Okay.
Ich kam da und dachte so, hier, guck mal, Fantasy-Karten, like Dungeons oder Pokémon. Ja, but more like Dungeons. So it's nice graphic, it's really
I actually
cool
designed them
cards.
myself. I'm a designer for my day job, and I took on the project to design all those cards.
And
Wow.
also, es gibt hier auch dieses Logo, das ist natürlich auch eine Garnele. Und ich habe hier einen schönen Button, einen Knopf an meiner Jacke dran. Ne?
Your English is amazing.
My English is fantastic.
I love your button.
And,
There are some more.
Yeah,
I love your button.
Thank you.
And actually here are some
Amazing.
in the Superbooth is also it's a different thing, but here are other cards. Look, this one.
From Instruo, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Und das sind solche Karten. Wenn ich 3 davon habe, ich habe schon 2, dann kann ich irgendwie einen Synthesizer oder sowas gewinnen. Ich habe es nicht ganz verstanden. But this John Zorn also works with cards in the 80s or so. Eine gute Methode. Where can I also buy this card set in the internet
Yes.
or so?
On our website, GSG Live, we also have a little shop set up where you can buy decks of our cards.
And also base cap and t-shirt and everything?
Yeah, we also have a merch shop that's a different shop, but you can also find it through GSG Live on our main page, GSG Live. You can always 24/7 see who is streaming of our community at the moment. So you can just go to GSG Live and there you can find the shop there. You can find all our social links there. You can find information about the cards and examples of it. And also community members of the Golden Shrimp Guild can also sell their DIY projects through our web shop as well. So there are some circuit band stuff and some other interesting, really unique products available to our store as well.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Joris.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. And ich sag's nochmal auf Deutsch, gsg.live. Im Internet eine geile Plattform mit verschiedenen Shops. Man kann auch selbst gebastelte Sachen von anderen Künstlern kaufen, aber vor allen Dingen kann man das Kartenspiel dort kaufen. Man kann dort direkt in den Livestream und man kann Mitglied der GSG-Gilde werden. Und wir hören jetzt ein bisschen Musik, die hier hinter uns live läuft. Thomas, leitet bitte mal über.
Gene ist gerade live on air. Den Projektnamen habe ich vergessen, den habe ich aber an die Wand geschrieben. Den kann ich nochmal nachreichen. Ich hole jetzt mal den Sound von der Session Stage
Joris,
rein.
thank you very much.
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank, meine Herren.
Auf Wiederhören.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yay!
There's a nice background beat. I liked it.
I know, I'm like letting it roll. I don't know who it is though.
But even the radio interviewer said it was geil. So
Yes!
there you have it. There you have it.
That's amazing. You are vindicated. That was amazing.
That
Thank
was
you for
rad.
dropping that link, actually. You gave him a deck? Oh, he was stoked.
Yeah, he was. That was the right person to give it.
That's
that to.
incredible. He
But
was stoked about it.
Something that the radio moderator said on German was that if you collect certain cards, you could win a synthesizer. So basically, he was happy to have all the cards and basically sits in Berlin hoping that he will win the synth.
Yeah, he was really funny. I loved that. It's under his pillow, like a tooth fairy situation.
He's playing the card game all night.
That was fun to listen to somebody like just geek out about it. Great interview. So that was that like going the whole time? There was just a crew doing like the radio. I didn't even run into them.
They had their booth at near the main building, but on the right side, this open field. They had the radio booth there. So you could have had your own Galaxy Electric interview. I mean,
We could have.
Oh man.
Damn.
We missed out.
I know, having a hub is really helpful. Because, you know, everyone's running around. It's really hard to, you know, pin people down. Selling his Pokemon collection to get more, exactly. He was stoked.
I mean,
that's so cool.
maybe he was the one who got the pack with the golden Wombra card, so who knows?
Yes. I'm reading this. Praise for Acti.
Praise for Acti.
I completely agree, Bardic. He made it feel like it was nothing. Like it was no big deal. You know, oh, we're just doing a Superbooth thing. But no, it was incredible.
Yeah, he was the Shrimp Daddy. He is the Shrimp Daddy.
He
We
is
are
the Shrimp
there, and basically we know it will be all right because Shrimp Daddy is here. So what can go wrong?
I agree. He was like Shrimp Daddy. He was giving those vibes of like, I have the map, I have the directions, I know the toll costs, like I'm on this. You don't even need to think about it.
Pure
And
peace.
interesting enough, Rich actually gifted him the Shrimp Daddy T-shirt on the first day.
Oh, that's right.
He designed himself because he had the
amazing.
great idea of saying, okay, I need to give Actitect something because he knew that Actitect's work would be so massive. So he created this Shrimp Daddy T-shirt. Unique, only one is made, and it's basically Actitect's own shirt to wear at all the meetings.
All the Shrimp Daddy meetings. Wow, I didn't know that he made just that one just for Actitect. I mean, it makes sense, but like making one t-shirt is like a feat in itself.
That's
Also,
very
getting
impressed.
the size right before actually asking Actitect, that's also cool.
To surprising someone is actually very hard. Well, I'm very glad that he at least got that kind of love, and I hope he feels how much we appreciate him right now, especially because it definitely wouldn't be the same. We would be less. It just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. None of it would be happening if it wasn't for him. So that's just, yes, take a bow. Cheers.
speaks the truth.
Thank you. This really all is thanks to you. So it's fun to get to have our recap time.
That is the message. Hack to tech.
I think that's a lovely closing as well.
I think we're just getting started.
I know. I was like, if I say that, it might take us another few minutes here to actually get to the point where we're ready to close. But I just have to put it out there. Because I know how you are, Mr. X. Like you and Sid.
Yes.
Just like seeing how long we can go. You're never going to break first.
No, you just gotta cut it off.
Just turn it off.
I mean, the schedule says that now is time for the 4-hour presentation of Wombra to what's to expect from NobCon. So, please, Wombra to the stage.
We are ready for your PowerPoint presentation. No, this was great because it got me really stoked to now go back through all the footage. Now that we've done the sort of like, shrimp reunion hang. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm emotionally ready to go through my footage.
It's time to dig through the archives.
I wasn't ready because it was making me so like emotional because I was missing it, So this helped. So now I'm ready to go back through it and actually organize everything and put it in a way that other people can experience it too. Yeah. You're not gonna push us, Mr. X. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, you can go to bed. I can take over the stream
He's
now.
gonna take over the stream. Still on the Zoom.
Yeah, why don't you raid into yourself?
Raid into yourself!
I mean, it could
you
be
wanna do a
possible.
set?
I
Are you
could
booted
start
up?
the stream. Actually, I could make this happen, but maybe not today.
Oh no! Today was really chaotic. Thanks for riding it out with us. We made it work.
We could raid into yourself and like you could announce to your own stream like with your vocoder voice with like a shit ton of delay on it, like sort of like Masters of the World, like sci-fi movie, like
oh yeah.
I am coming back. I'm coming to my own stream. Stream.
Well, that was happening earlier. Oh, is Toto streaming? Oh, but is that only for an hour?
Is Toto streaming now?
Toto is streaming. I was like, Toto, join us in the chat on the stream. And she was
What?
like, no, I'm doing ambient fam or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, didn't you just get back? Unstoppable.
Are you sure that Toto is live now? Because it's...
Toto is unstoppable.
This is unheard of.
Unheard of! It took me 2 days to be able to do just this stream.
Yeah, so now we have to swiftly raid into Toto as soon as possible.
Right?
Because she is
Is
here.
she?
I think you have 6 minutes, so make it quick.
Should we do it? Should we raid Toto?
Yes.
Or are there any more questions? Because that's what we usually say at the end of the presentation.
Always at the end of the presentation. Hold your questions till the end. Now, are there any more questions?
We didn't talk about the things outside Superbooth happening, so that might be part of the next episode.
There you go.
All right.
This is just the beginning.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so quick. Okay. Let's see. She's stopping in 9 minutes. Yeah. Thank you for doing this. Are you doing a part 2? Honestly, what we're going to be doing is continuing about our regular schedule for Twitch, and then all the content that we made, like the interviews and the demos that we took from Superbooth, then we're going to start sharing all that stuff. So keep an eye out for that.
The individual content.
Got books and books full of math questions. I'm not sure those are what you want. No, opposite. I don't think you're going to find any good math answers here on this stream. Thank you, Classic Film Tribe. Thank you, Wombra. Thank you, Mr. X. I hope Toto's doing a 2-hour set. That would be even better.
Thank you.
Toto is still live, so you're fine.
2 hours. Yay! Oh, this is perfect. Superbooth raid train right here.
Hell yeah.
I'm a bit lost on Discord. We'll get there. You will. Yay! Thank you, everyone. This was amazing. We had so much fun. I haven't streamed this long in a while. It was good to get back into things. Yeah, Bardic, thanks for being in the chat. I know we wanted you on, but, you know, we did our best.
Thanks for hanging out.
We did our best to try to make it work.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you thank you for having me, and thank you for chat for bearing with us through these non-stop talks.
I was actually hanging out with Bartek earlier today. I started my day with a stream with Bartek.
You did?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great recap. I'm glad everyone was here for this. This was really, really fun, and I felt like I got the closure I needed to not be emotionally stunted by this experience and wanting to stay in La La Land about it. So, yay, I'm so glad. Yeah, thanks, Mr. X, for being up for this, because it was a very wacky thing to do. And we did it. We pulled it off. So let me get my raid thing figured out, and we can raid out.
Get that raid thing.
It's so cool. We're all going to end up with Toto. And she's going for 2 hours. I cannot believe she's streaming
we need an appropriate raid call before we raid to Toto. So
what's a raid call?
The message you post inside the chat when you raid the channel. Like, for example, Galaxy Electric raid. You have book lying all over the place or something like this.
Like
you need to have something.
On hers? Like basically dropping in...
Yes. We need something Toto appropriate. I mean, you told people in Berlin about how to stream on Twitch, and you don't know what a raid call is, so...
I don't. So a raid call is when you go into the person you're gonna raid, and you basically let them know you're coming?
Yes.
Yes, Booze, I'm glad you appreciate our laid-back vibe. Okay, let's do it. Galaxy raid incoming. Is that right? Am I doing that right?
I think so.
Love the lead. Okay. Oh, I see Open Set is saying you would drop raid emotes to let them know you're coming. Is that right? I think you're doing it backwards.
Sort of. Yeah. We will...
Oh my god!
Dude, we have the count from Sesame Street here.
You give people in your own chat a message to copy paste when they get to the raid target.
Yeah. It's like the quick start guide of GSG Live.
Oh my god! It's like I don't know what I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what I don't know. Okay, so I have to come up with something. Oh no. Help!
Just start the raid.
Just
we will party there. Do it the Berlin way. Just.
Oh my god! Okay. Thanks everybody. Thanks for bearing with us. This was really fun. Oh, and I wanted to shout out Yapo, but I didn't get to. Sorry. Thank you, Yapo. Thank you for the raid. We're electric and we're raiding your galaxy. Open Set, I love that. Just do it, just do it. Yeah, it makes sense. Use comment in okay, alright. I like it. Here we go, everybody. You're the best. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Acti. Thank you, Mr. X.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care and good night.
Good work.
Good work. Hooray.
Let's see. I'm waiting for it to fully click through. Are we there? Yay, it worked. Okay.